Play-action fake, tosses the ball, intercepted, touchdown!
Riggs over left tackle, touchdown Tennessee. Back of the end zone, touchdown Tennessee. For the end zone, touchdown Tennessee. Instant victory in overtime at Baton Rouge.
You better not ever underestimate the heart of the Volunteers.
We welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. A couple of hours ago, thousands gathered to greet Phillip Fulmer and the Tennessee Volunteers. Inside Neyland Stadium, LSU fans were waiting. For the 69th consecutive game, more than 100,000 inside Neyland for this SEC game, West and East, featuring LSU and the Volunteers of Tennessee. Time for one of those wonderful traditions on Saturday afternoon. The parting of the tee and the arrival of the Volunteers. LSU decided, since they've only won once here ever, they'd get out early and try and acclimate themselves to the surroundings. So they came out a little early. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson. We welcome you to Neyland Stadium. This is not one of those old traditional rivalries. Only the 29th team these two teams have met. Tennessee has dominated. They've won 20. But when they have played, the games have had relevance, and that is the case again today. Let's take a look, first of all, at the West standings, where LSU is trailing both Arkansas and Auburn. Not so coincidentally, they lost to both of those teams. And in the East, Florida continues to lead Tennessee by one game. Tennessee's only loss of the season by one to Florida here. The most significant news of the past week has been the injury to quarterback Eric Ainge. The dreaded high ankle sprain late fourth quarter at South Carolina last week. A game time decision. Would he start? It's game time. Tracy Wolfson spoke with Phillip Fulmer.
Coach, will Eric Ainge start? And if so, how long do you expect him to play?
Well, Eric started. He looks like he can protect himself. He gives us initially our best chance to win. We're excited about what Jonathan's done as well. We think that he'll play during the ball game.
Should Jonathan Crompton come in, how do you change your game plan?
I'm sorry.
Should Jonathan Crompton come in, how do you change your game plan?
Got the same plan.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Tough decision, I would think, for Phillip Fulmer.
You know, Vern, I don't think there's a tougher decision that a head coach has to make, whether to play an injured star, and especially at quarterback. You've got a guy that wants to play, expects to play, and Eric Ainge will play. He's not 100%. Saw him practice Thursday. He was worse. Watching him warm up, he looks significantly better, but not obviously 100%. Against this defense, it will be tough. If he doesn't go, the name is Jonathan Crompton. He's a freshman, but he's put together. He's a big guy. One of those strappers from North Carolina. Very, very confident. He better be against the best defense, I think, in the Southeastern Conference.
Well, Louisiana State, as we mentioned, only their third road trip of the season.
TCU is the most talented team in the Southeastern Conference. I've never talked to a group, players and coaches, who look more forward to playing an away game as LSU. They want to put that taste out of their mouth of losing on the road at Auburn and Florida. Jamarcus Russell, Les Miles is depending on his quarterback to lead him on the road against Tennessee.
This game has all of our SEC games on CBS, brought to you in high definition television. Well, it's a splendid early November afternoon here near the Great Smoky Mountains. 53 degrees, winds, just a slight breeze out of the north at 5. And the forecast for clear and cool. Tennessee at home, 11-1-1. The only victory by Louisiana State all the way back in 1988. That tie, 1925. Zip, zip.
We always talk about players in a big game, but I really think this is going to be a coach's game. Decisions by both Miles and Fulmer because of the injuries. How do they strategize on key parts of this game? They could bench coach this game into a win.
This is a team that has not excelled on kick returns, and they've got a couple of youngsters back there, Marcellus Johnson and Ja'Cory Williams, and this is a fine boot by Chris Jackson. Taken by Ja'Cory Williams, number 6, touchback, and here is Eric Ainge. I can only imagine the adrenaline, but the pain as well.
Well, yeah. You know, quarterbacks love to play injured. I got to give you a hint. They love to do it. We will see how he can do it. I expect a lot more shotgun because of his ankle.
And Eric Ainge telling us yesterday the toughest part is moving away from center.
Yeah, that quick first step is tough from under center.
And they will start under center. Josh McNeil is the center, and here's Ainge with the change. The junior, who is having a splendid season, had a nightmare evening in this game a year ago. The draw play, Arian Foster, number 27, loses a yard. Glenn Dorsey gets the tackle. We take a look at the offensive lineup presented by Applebee's. Aaron Sears, Ligon, McNeil, Parker, and Eric Young, the offensive line. They've allowed only 6 sacks this year. Meacham, along with Swain are the wideouts. Chris Brown, the tight end, along with Cottom. Second down, 11. Here's Ainge rolling out, hit and dropped as he lets it go. And it's incomplete. Tyson Jackson, number 93, got the contact.
If I was the defensive coordinator for LSU, I would say every time, legally, put a hit on Eric Ainge. That should be the game plan for LSU. That kind of builds up. When you're hurting in one area, you start to feel it in other areas because you can't you can't protect yourself as well when you got a bad ankle.
3rd and 10. Ainge will move back into the shotgun. He's got Cottom back there as a protector. Good protection. And the pass is incomplete. Bobbled by Robert Meacham. That's a rare drop for Meacham this year.
Can't throw it any better than that for Eric Ainge. 5-man rush, only a 3-man line for LSU. Brought 5. Now Meacham matched up one-on-one against Jackson. Good route, squares him up. Ball is perfect. Perfect ball. And you gotta help an injured quarterback. He's not going to be there for every throw, but this time Ainge gets his foot into the throw, gets his body into the throw, and throws a strike. Nice protection up front. 3 and out for Tennessee. Britton Colquitt, who's got an outstanding average, near 47 yards per punt, but the punt return coverage has been deficient. Now Buster Davis will let this one bounce, and it takes a Tennessee hop. And comes to a stop at the 27-yard line. Got about 15 on the roll. That's a 53-yard punt. Nothing on the return. And Jamarcus Russell has played so much better this year than he has. Is also there. And Justin Vincent will get the start at tailback. Jamarcus Russell back. Right side, almost intercepted, but the pass is caught by Craig Buster Davis. Defensively for Tennessee, Mitchell, McBride, McLaughlin, and Antonio Reynolds are the front 4. Carl, Mitchell, and Mayo, the linebackers. And in the secondary, Stewart, Hefney, Demetrius Morley, and Jonathan Wade. Now Keeland Williams, a seldom used freshman, is in the backfield. They like what he's done the last couple of weeks. Number 5. That's why they like what he's done. He is a big-time recruit. Hargrove Military Academy a year ago. 2004 was a star coming out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Hits the hole full speed. LSU has been searching for a go-to back all year, whether it been injuries, overweight, or lack of production. They've been looking for somebody. Tailback by committee works a little bit, but a guy you can ride works better.
He's been particularly effective in the last 2 games. Has not played on the road, either at Florida or at Auburn. Here's Russell, flips it out. Keelan Williams one-on-one. And he's got another first down for LSU at the 31-yard line. Tackle is made by Antoine Stewart. That's a gain of 12.
This LSU offense is a fast-starting offense. The last 4 games, they have scored on their first drive of the game, including Florida, by the way. Dwayne Bowe, wide receiver, is split out on this play. He's going to come into your picture and get a big block. Watch him right here. Okay, come in, wham, run a route and get a block. I'll tell you what, your teammates love that type of wide receiver play.
And just to add to what Gary said, they've scored on 8 of 9, and or rather 7 of 8, I beg your pardon, have been touchdowns. 1 was a field goal. Here's Keelan Williams again. Les Miles was telling us yesterday, Gary, that they have Monday scrimmages for the guys who don't get to play on the weekend, and he has excelled the last 3 or 4 weeks.
And you know what it is with a young running back? They're used in high school to making, 10-yard runs, 30-yard runs, 40-yard runs. Then they come into SEC football, they get 3-yard runs, they get frustrated. Keelan Williams has learned to run and make 3 yards. That's why he's effective.
On the depth chart, he's the number 5 back. And he wears number 5, and he is stopped short of the first down by Gerard Mayo, the linebacker, number 7. On the bench, Eric Ainge. He's chatting upstairs with David Cutcliffe, the offensive coordinator, who has had a dramatic impact on his game this year.
He sure has, and it has been night and day. David on the left right there, trying to figure out what the next series. It is very difficult to call plays for an injured player. I'll tell you that. You don't know what to grab onto. You just don't call a clean game.
And Herman Johnson is down, the left guard.
Yeah, he had pulled on 2 or 3 running plays in a row, kind of a power O type play. He's the off guard. He pulls around. That's the O part of it. And that time he came back to the huddle and limped, and all of a sudden fell down.
Largest, still I think, in the record books, the largest baby ever born. Wow. Now that is a large child.
That's a large child.
Huh? 15 pounds, 14 ounces.
He's a large man still. He's 350 pounds.
Largest baby ever put into the record books in Louisiana. And then the family moved to Texas.
And this is a key part of this football game. When we talked to Coach John Chavis, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, he said the one part of this football game, my defense must win. We must dominate the line of scrimmage. Now, for LSU to lose a guy up there, that's going to play into what Chavis has been selling his guys all up front. We have to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Well, as they tend to Herman Johnson, time has been called. Herman Johnson walked off without assistance. And in the backfield now, Jacob Hester, who has started at running back most of the last few games. 3rd down and 3. Blitz threatened by Tennessee. Flag is thrown by the line judge. Looks like Diakowski and Dixon may have moved over on the right side.
Tennessee has a late shift when they shift into their bare front, and that's what got LSU to move.
Ball start. 77 on the offense. 75 yards. Down man 3rd.
It's a late shift by Tennessee. They go from a 4-man front, and then the linebacker comes up here into a 5-man front. That shift drew the movement from LSU.
On Peter Diakowski, Herman Johnson is back on the floor, the field rather, number 79, and it's now 3rd and 8. Tennessee brings 5. Jamarcus Russell in trouble. Got him. Look at him. Oh, that could be a fumble. It is ruled a fumble, and recovered by LSU back at the 35. And Jamarcus Russell is down. Brian Johnson recovered it. Russell, Matt Flynn is the backup, who had that great bowl game in January. Xavier Mitchell, number 93, led the pressure and got to Jamarcus Russell. Russell playing here with 20 friends and family in the stands.
Yeah, I tell you, Tennessee jumped into the same look again, but did not come with the 5-man, but they brought the middle linebacker. And, I don't blame Xavier Mitchell. The guy's 265 pounds. You got to pull on that leg. Now watch it. Mitchell, defensive end, who actually looks smaller than the quarterback in this picture, cannot bring it down. As he flips the ball up, you can see it came out sideways, and that was called a fumble.
Mitchell trying to make a wishbone out of Jamarcus Russell, and Russell, this is a good sign.
Now you don't see that much, do you? The defensive end being smaller than the quarterback.
He's listed at 6'6", 260. That is Jamarcus Russell, not the defensive end.
No, exactly.
And Matt Flynn, the junior from Tyler, Texas, is on to hold for the field goal. A 52-yarder, Colt David, whose longest of the year is 45. Flynn will hold. David, the sophomore from Grapevine near the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. High snap, hold is down and good. I don't think it will not. Short.
A self-inflicted wound by LSU. The third down and short penalty really kept them from having an easy chip shot field goal or a chance to score.
That's one of those little moments in the game you tend to forget when it's all over, but you probably ought to think about it right now. Jamarcus Russell injured on the bench. Looks like he's going to be able to come back.
Here's the SEC East title. They punch a ticket in Knoxville.
All right, Tim, and if that occurs, it would be their first SEC title or trip since 2000. Well, there's Jamarcus Russell on the bench. Gary, we're talking during the timeout. Les Miles was kind of in Never Never Land there.
Sure, but it's a coaching decision. You know, you got a great defense. Do you pooch the punt down there, try to back up Tennessee, or do you go for points? He went for points, didn't make it, gives Tennessee great field position.
At the 35, first down and 10. Eric Ainge, play fake. Drills it out to the left side, and it's incomplete. That's Meacham again. I don't know if that was a drop or not, but it looked close to it. Chivas Jackson was defending, second down and 10. Arian Foster on the field, split top of the screen. Ainge back, three-man rush. Incomplete again in the vicinity of Meacham. Jonathan Zenon defending Robert Meacham. Well, take a look at these stats, Gary.
And they're great stats, and they may be tainted a bit by the type of people they're playing at home, but I don't care. You watch the tape, they're just as good on tape as their stats say. Sometimes that's not the case, but this time, this LSU defense with Bo Pelini as their coordinator, just as good as their stats say they are.
Tennessee.
Excuse me, Vern. Ainge is having trouble with his footwork. The balls have been a little bit off when he hits a little bit of pressure.
Oh, for his first 4. Out of the spread. Stunts defensively. Dorsey coming. Ainge hit as he lets it go. He's 0 for 5.
Boy, that's another drop, though.
Yep. This is Brett Smith.
Sure is. Right down the middle. He's been so dependable. And, you know, when you got an injured quarterback, you got to help him a little bit. There's the footwork back there. Looks like he's moving well on that one. Gets hit again inside as he releases the ball. And another strike. And at least the second drop pass of the game. Perhaps 3 drop passes.
That's going to bring Colquitt on for the second punt. Craig Davis is deep. He replaced Chivas Jackson after Jackson fumbled a punt in the loss at Florida. This is a boomer. And Davis at the 13-yard line. Nice special teams work. A flag well after the tackle was made. The initial hit from Demetrius Morley, number 20.
I think LaRon Landry had a shove in the back on the return also. That would even hurt the field position more.
Penn Wagers is our referee.
Pointed the wrong way. Well, there's only 2 ways. You know, if you go the wrong way, you go the other way.
For most of us.
That's right. How that field is turned upside down now.
During the return,
Yeah.
illegal block in the back. Number 30 on the receiving team. Penalty will be half the distance to the goal. First down.
And there's Jamarcus Russell injured on a sack and a fumble. He will remain on the bench. Matt Flynn The junior from Tyler, Texas, will be in at quarterback.
It's LSU, first game after Hurricane Katrina, very hostile environment, and trailing 21-0, there's not a whole lot of room for error. You know, you're either going to get blown out of the stadium or you're either going to come back and have a great game. It was almost as if I was playing a video game. I kind of felt like I've played that game before. You know, I've played it through my head a few times, and it was just kind of going out and having fun and enjoying the environment with the rest of the guys. It was basically us against everybody. I mean, us against the country, because everyone felt bad for LSU and the state of Louisiana and the Gulf Coast, and we did too, you know, but we understood that we had to go out and get a job done.
Toyota, moving forward.
We welcome you back to Knoxville on this perfect fall day, and Jamarcus Russell on the LSU bench, and Tracy Wolfson is in the neighborhood. Trace?
Yeah, that's right. Jamarcus Russell got hit in the back of his head. They were checking his vision earlier. He's right now, as you can see, throwing on the sideline. They said they don't know how long he'll be out. Maybe a series, maybe longer.
All right, thank you, Trace. Matt Flynn. Boy, if you've got to go to a backup, he's a good one.
He sure is. Guy played against Miami with that big, huge game he had.
Has not played all that much this year. He'll hand it off on first down. This is Ali Broussard, and a flag is thrown. This usually is in the vicinity of a holding call. And so it is.
Now, Jimbo Fisher has the same problems that David Cutcliffe had just a few minutes ago. The offensive coordinator for LSU now has a backup quarterback in the game. You assume Jamarcus Russell got most of the practice time. Do you expand the running game? Do you run the same offense? The strength of this team.
Number 74 on the offense. Penalty half the distance to the goal. Down remains first.
When we were visiting with Les Miles yesterday on the field, Vern, he said the strength of our team is when we throw the football. Our wide receivers are the strength of the football team.
They, like Tennessee, problems with the running game. Matt Flynn has only thrown it 20 times this year. He's 12 for 20, limited appearances. But he has excelled in previous games. Draw play. Ali Broussard out to the 7-yard line, and let's go back to the studio for a Liberty Mutual update. Here's Tim. Okay, Tim, Rich Brooks and the Kentucky team dramatically improved this year.
Did a nice job under a lot of pressure, and he's come through.
Justin Vincent is in the backfield now. Flynn from the end zone being chased by Mitchell, and he will be forced out of bounds, and LSU will be forced to punt. It was Turk McBride, number 90, who went into the bushes after making the tackle.
Ryan Carl, number 39, the outside linebacker, took away the fullback on the play right here. Fullback Hester's going to try to go wide, and Carl says, no, I'm going to take him away, forcing Flynn to come out of the pocket and run the ball. Nobody open on the play. Good job by the outside linebacker, Ryan Carl.
We've referred to Matt Flynn's outstanding game in the Peach Bowl against Miami. He was the most valuable player in that game, 196 yards, after Russell was injured, and it's 3rd down and 7.
Look at this movement by Tennessee up front. They're not allowing LSU to see anyone standing still.
From the corner, Morley. Morley got him. That's the first sack of the season for the sophomore from Miami, Florida.
How about that changeup for Tennessee and John Chavis? Boy, you don't see this look very often. Everybody up front. Watch this movement up front. Nobody standing still. Who do you block? Who's coming? Who's got who? Here comes the snap of the ball, and off the corner right there is going to be the sack because a breakdown up front. What a wonderful scheme from John Chavis.
Chris Jackson is on deep. Punt return defense has been a problem for LSU, as it has been for Tennessee. Jonathan Heffney is back, and we may have a delay of game call.
Sure is.
This one, the flag thrown before the snap. Heffney has had an outstanding
Prior
season
to the ball
returning
being snapped, delay of game on the offense. Penalty will be half the distance to the goal.
You know, it's interesting. You look at LSU in 05. Last year, they were 5th in the country in net punting. Same punter this year, 102nd.
Amazing. And with Hefney back there, the punt returns have improved dramatically in the last 2 games. He has a 65-yarder without scoring a touchdown. Starting defensive back wearing number 33. So Jackson checks to make sure he does not have his foot on the end line. And he'll kick out of the checkerboard.
What a punt.
Sure was. Hefney at the 42 in jail. Nothing wrong with the coverage on either team's punt return defensive team. 55-yard punt. Smokey the 9th. He bit a player from Bama a couple of weeks ago. Not too happy right now, I would think. These beautiful shots of the heart of the campus at the University of Tennessee, provided by Longhorn Steakhouse. Their aerial coverage from on top. Look for Longhorn Steakhouse as they team up with CBS Sports for the rest of the fall football season. And we invite you to take CBS Sportsline with you wherever you go on your internet-enabled phone. Access breaking news and in-depth stats, get expert video, live scoreboards, and even manage your fantasy team. Click on mobile at cbssportsline.com.
Sometimes talking strategy, we get lost of the guts in football. Inside, Glenn Dorsey, guys like that, nose tackle who you must block, has already been a force in the game.
Ainge will try and keep it on the, will keep it on the ground. Arian Foster will try and turn it into something, and that's not much as Jesse Daniels, number 31. Well, let's check, see what they did with Glenn Dorsey on this
Josh McNeil, freshman center, is going to be matched up on Dorsey one-on-one right here. Gets no help this time. Actually does get a bit. Anthony Parker helps and turns, but you see how Dorsey doesn't really get knocked down. There's no cutback lanes. That's why LSU, look at that, 3-4 guys out there, nowhere to cut back on the running game.
2nd down and 8, the gain of 2. Ainge yet to complete a pass. 3 have been dropped. This one is caught. And it's Jason Swain, number 1, but only 3 yards. So Eric Ainge and the Tennessee offense looking at their third down of this first quarter. They've been 3 and out twice previously.
LSU is using a package that we saw them use against Florida. They're going with a 3-man look on defensive line on 3rd down plays.
That's Bo Pelini sending in the personnel, and a late add is Alexander, number 91.
They got too many guys on the
field
they do.
Right
now.
Yes, they do. He came on. Nobody came off.
They had a 3-man package with a 4-man defensive line. That doesn't work.
LSU.
Remember that big call against Florida when they had too many men on the field? That last drive of the first half cost them dearly.
So they burn a timeout here. And it comes late first quarter. Neyland Stadium. Smoky. It's a pretty decent scene. Well, that's not. 6:06 to go. First quarter, scoreless. Here was Alexander, a late add. And after no one came off, Bo Pelini, the defensive coordinator, had an angry response.
Yeah, and that's what it is. One coach is yelling dime. The other coach hears nickel, miscommunication. Somebody sends out a defensive lineman. They aren't on the same page.
And it adds up to a timeout burned in the quarter.
First quarter, there you go. I was on to the next thing.
Sometimes
I gotta hang with you.
Sometimes it's a reach.
Right. 4 wide receivers out here.
3rd and 5. Ainge pressured. Watch out from behind. Glenn Dorsey. They didn't get him that time.
Nice scheme. As you can see, Ainge, he's limping more now after he gets tackled on that ankle. That's the worst he's looked all game. Dorsey inside, Chase Pittman, really nice look. Watch Pittman right here. He'll come in and then go back out and drop. Dorsey inside, beautiful pass rush, gets through and goes right for the ankles. Like a boxer with a cut on his eye. you punch the eye, quarterback with an ankle, you tackle the ankle.
And that was David Ligon, number 66, with the lookout block. As the guy goes by, you turn to your quarterback and say, look out. This one into the end zone. Colquitt. That's a 59-yard punt. And that hit on Eric Ainge might prove costly.
Yeah, coming from behind, you can see it goes on the Ainge, but it looks like Jamarcus Russell's got his helmet back on too on the sideline. Let's see if he comes on as Ainge goes off.
See the guy who's conferring with Eric Ainge, greatest name in all of college football, Jim Bob Cooter. He's the 14th quarterback.
And
Crompton up and alert.
And Jonathan Crompton saying, I'm ready. And Jamarcus Russell says, my head has cleared.
Keelan Williams is the tailback. Russell still has it. Oh, that one was dropped by Dwayne Bowe. Well, scoreless here. Let's check in with Tim Brando back in New York. Now the problems continue for the Georgia Bulldogs. And Eric Ainge, 2nd and 10 of Tennessee. Keelan Williams. Couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down. And Gary, your guide to the game.
Well, a million things could happen in the game, but for LSU, I think they need to find a runner. They've got 5 of them they use, and they got to find one they can ride. And then they can't lose it. We saw them in Florida where they actually gave the football game. Tennessee, got to find help for the quarterback. Ainge is nicked. You got to make tough catches. They haven't done that. And be physical. If you're going to beat LSU, you have to match their physical play.
The running back is Jacob Hester on 3rd down and 7. Little inside pass. Nice play. That's Dwayne Bowe. And that is a 1st down for LSU all the way out to the 39. A gain of 16.
Nice call by Jimbo Fisher. Had that kind of gimmick look from Tennessee again where people are moving all over, kind of in and out wide receiver screen. The perfect call against that defense. And Bowe, when he gets it, he goes north and south.
Jonathan Crompton is a redshirt freshman. Had to sit out all of last year with a shoulder injury. He's from Waynesville, North Carolina, about an hour and a half from here. Has played limited minutes this year, but is warming up, as you can see. 1st down and 10. LSU has to use a 2nd timeout, still in the 1st quarter.
Now, you wonder there, again, now is this Jamarcus, still a little woozy, not being able to change the play or what? I mean, a lot of things you get when you go against Tennessee. This is still an even game. Play safe.
Go.
When I went and watched LSU practice a few weeks ago, they were giving him a lot of these pitch practices in practice, but they weren't letting him do it in the game yet. He's earned the trust of Les Miles and Jimbo Fisher, their offensive coordinator. You can see he's going to take a few hits, but he's earned their trust that he can take a hit in this league, and his speed is magnificent.
2nd down, 4. Here's the toss to Jacob Hester, goes right. Gets a block from Brett Helms, the center, number 74. And that'll be close to a 1st down for LSU again. Let's go back to Tim in New York.
Heard we're talking about.
Well, and the way things have gone there, Tim, in recent years, a reason for the celebration on the field. Good for Rich Brooks.
By the way, Jacob Hester, their good blocking fullback, left the field limping badly on his left ankle.
Jamarcus Russell back, looks deep, launches it wide open. Wait, oh my gosh! Craig Davis dropped it.
The ball was slightly underthrown, and Davis could feel the safety closing in on him as the ball was coming. It was Morley that was closing. Obviously should catch the ball, but fake to the outside. They've been running that corner out. Now what hangs, and he can feel that safety coming, and does not bring it in. Is that, he should have had that ball, obviously. I mean, right in his arms. And we've seen now, 4 drop passes in this football game.
Yeah, short-armed it. 2nd down and 10. Here's Russell back. dropped. DeMonte Bolden, who's getting more and more playing time as the season winds down, number 98. That's his first sack of the season.
You know, when you watch Tennessee and you watch LSU, they do about the same thing. They come after you on second down. This time it's Bolden. A lot of teams, if they got you first down, they stop you second and long. They kind of sit back. Not LSU and not Tennessee. They keep coming.
3rd and 15. Vincent is the running back. Now Tennessee is claiming that there was movement in the line again. If so, it would be the 6th first quarter penalty against the Tigers. Robert Ayers came into the neutral zone. He's claiming that Johnson influenced him.
Prior to the snap, false start, 79 on the offense. That penalty is 5 yards. Down remains 3rd.
That movement package by Tennessee, where the linemen are up and moving and shuffling back and forth, has really got a discombobulation for LSU's offensive line. They cannot get the feel of this football game.
Now think about a movement call earlier in this quarter cost them position. They missed a 52-yard field goal. Now they're looking at 3rd and 20. Blitz from the corner. Russell forced to his right, pulls up, hit as he lets it go. It's caught. That one was held on to by Dwayne Bowe. What a pass and catch. They needed 20 and they got 25.
Let me tell you what the quarterback coach says to a quarterback in this situation. All right, you got pressure on you. You come out of the pocket. All right, as you flush out of the pocket, keep your eyes downfield. But don't throw off balance and don't throw across your body. He did both, but he ripped it downfield about 35 yards, and Bowe cuts across the middle of the field, and he goes and gets this one. No one short arms this one, and the most physical receiver for LSU makes a great play.
Antoine Stewart was covering, first down, toss. Keelan Williams cut down with a loss all the way back to the 40. Robert Ayers, number 91. The initial contact, and Ryan Carl, the linebacker, 39, helped.
People ask me, what's the biggest difference between the Southeastern Conference and other football I've done over the years? Right there. Defensive ends in this conference are superior to any conference I've ever done in my 15 years before I came to the Southeastern Conference.
They got a little speed, don't they?
They sure do.
2nd and 15. Final 36 seconds, first quarter. 3-man rush by Tennessee. Russell dropped. Bowe holds on to the tough 3rd down catch. Can't hang on to this one. Well, Eric Ainge might be done for the day.
Well, at least he's done, it looks like, for the next series. And the great game plan by LSU. They said, okay, you know you're going to throw the ball. We're going to make sure that we hit you. Some early good throws, but a lot of pressure on Eric Ainge. And by the way, the Tennessee receivers got to help their quarterback in this football game.
Ainge on the bench now. It's 3rd down again, 3rd and 15. And Hester is in the backfield with Jamarcus Russell. Again, 3 down, 5 coming now. Russell hit as he lets it go. It's caught. Another significant 3rd down play. This one early Doucette.
That is really pretty, isn't it? I tell you, they come across the field and that ball just gets ripped into those receivers. This is just a simple square, and there's Doucette right here, right across. Watch how nice and square he runs his route. Pressure comes across, cuts right down that line. You get your receivers running 90-degree angles, and you can catch a lot of square ends. And Jamarcus Russell, you better get to this guy, because when he flicks it, it's got some zip on it, and you better be real close, because the ball isn't in the air a very long time.
Well, they'll measure for the first down. I remember we were chatting on the phone with Jamarcus Russell before the Florida game. He said, an inch. He said, I'm kind of tough to bring down.
Yeah. That's for sure.
So 4th and inches, another decision now for Les Miles.
Well, I think he's got to go for this one. He's going to wait for the quarter. He's got 10 seconds here to let the quarter run out and make that decision in the second quarter. Now, the only thing that's kind of funny here, you'd like to run a quarterback sneak. Remember 2 things. He fumbled a quarterback sneak against Florida, and he's already been dinged once in this football game. Let's see if they go with something different.
Whatever they do, they will do at the south end, as we have reached the end of the first. The end of 15 at Neyland Stadium before a crowd in excess of 100,000. And we'll return to Neyland Stadium after this message and this word from your local station. He gets the handoff, and he gets the first down. As LSU is inside the 30-yard line for the second time in this first quarter, trying to win for only the second time ever here. Impressions from the first quarter, Gary?
Well, Jamarcus Russell could really flick it. I mean, if you give him time, and his receivers love to catch the ball across the middle of the field, they're tough to stop. And Tennessee is in negative yards in the first quarter. I don't think there's any doubt that Ainge is not even close to 100%. He tried to go. He can move already kind of in the pocket, but this is a very physical defense, and I don't think you can play less than 100% against this defense.
Play fake. Russell pumps, goes deep in the end zone, wide open. LSU touchdown. Craig Davis. Oh, it was a frozen rope.
Yeah. See, it's an NFL arm. I mean, he's not there in every area, but that ball stays in the air like an NFL zip. You almost are forced to play man coverage against them because the ball is in the air so little time. The zones become very, very easy to shred.
16th touchdown of the season against only 4 interceptions for Russell. And Colt David has hit 67 consecutive extra points. Matt Flynn to hold. Well, he ought to circle number 68. That one limped through. But it's good. The touchdown, Jamarcus in attendance today. That's an 80-yard drive. 13 plays, took 5 minutes and 46 seconds. And that one goes through Marcellus Johnson's hands, and he goes back and retrieves it and takes a knee.
Nice heads-up play. The momentum of the football took it into the end zone. He did not have to bring it out.
And so Jonathan Crompton, redshirt freshman, shoulder injury, out all of last year. He's attempted only 4 passes. 2 of those came in mop-up duty in that convincing win on September 2nd against California. The other 2 at Memphis. He played late in last week's game when Eric Ainge was injured, but he has a big arm.
He sure does. We visited with him yesterday with Eric Ainge right there. They both sat there and answered questions, and Crompton really never backed up. He was very confident with everything we threw at him as a question.
3 and out 3 times, and little officials conversation here. Penn Wagers comes in. Jonathan Crompton, 6'4", 225. He was recruited by LSU, Jimbo Fisher, the offensive coordinator. And he also thought about attending Michigan, Les Miles' alma mater, and Tracy Wolfson's alma mater.
You like to give a young quarterback an easy throw to get him off in a football game.
Or a handoff. And this one is Montario Hardesty. Comes left and runs into Tyson Jackson. Now, you watched practice day before yesterday.
Well, he has a very tight arm delivery. He doesn't kind of loop it around. He's very quick delivering the ball, very strong arm. I wouldn't say he's got a Jamarcus Russell arm, but he has a good enough arm and very, very confident. Was even yelling at receivers to get back on their routes, come back and get the ball. He was trying to take charge.
2nd and 7. Darts to his right, chased by Dorsey. Tucks it. Oh, wow. He sold out and dived for the first down. Did he get it? I think he was just short.
Now, David Cutcliffe was trying to give Crompton that easy throw to Hardesty, number 2, right there. That's who he was supposed to go to, but watch LSU tackle him. No way he's getting out. There's 2 guys on him, so now Crompton has nothing to do but get downfield and run because everyone else for Tennessee is blocking because it was kind of like a slip screen to the running back.
Ollie Highsmith knocked him out of bounds. Montario Hardesty is the deep back on 3rd and 1. David Holbert is the fullback. Holbert leads the way. They come left. Hardesty, I think he got it. Let's see what kind of a spot they give him. Just across the 30. Well, this ground game all season long, with the exception of LaMarcus Coker, who's out with a knee sprain, has not been, look at this.
Yep.
Fewest yards per game since 1964.
And this Tennessee team is on pace for the rest of this season, if they continue this pace, to throw the ball more than run it. Attempts for a Tennessee team. It's only happened twice before. Guess who the quarterback was?
Manning. I think I know where his dad is today. 1st down and 10. Crompton play fake, gets a good block. Darts to his right. Now pressure coming. LaRon Landry. Oh, boy, did he close quickly. Once Crompton got loose to the right, Landry made a beeline toward him.
Now watch this. You said that Crompton scrambled to his right, but what happens is all of the receivers are on the left side of the field. There's no one to throw to. Once he goes down, look at that. Middle of the field, there's no one over here. Nobody to throw the football to. That's either a sack or scramble, because everybody for Tennessee was on the other side of the field.
Leads to a 2nd down and 15. Foster is in the backfield again. Crompton, screen pass, tries it, in trouble. Now he improvises, and he'll have to run again. It's going to be 3rd and 16 or 17. Ricky Jean-Francois made the stop, number 90.
This might be defensive holding. It was a screen pass, could have been holding on anybody. Wide receivers could be holding downfield on the play too.
Les Miles' team penalized 6 times in the 1st quarter.
Holding. Number 10 on the defense. Penalty will be 10 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
See, right now, LSU's going, we don't got a 10.
Nope.
Nice call, but we don't got a 10. That's what they're saying right now.
That would be a non-existent number. Nevertheless.
Yeah, and LSU fans are a little touchy about calls right now. We don't got a 10. No, he used better English. He said, we don't have a 10. He's a Michigan grad.
Looking for a Bo Derek and can't find one. And Crompton.
I'll tell you, Bo Pelini is not giving an easy throw to Jonathan Crompton. He knows he's a rookie. He knows Cutcliffe, as we look at Bo Pelini, he knows he wants to give him easy throws. He's not giving him any. David Cutcliffe will be forced to throw the ball downfield.
2nd down and 5 after the penalty. And they'll keep it on the ground. Arian Foster, young man from San Diego, California. And Ricky Jean-Francois makes his 2nd tackle. Born in Haiti. Well, Foster, 3 rushes for 2 yards. This is coming into the week. Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan had a tough game today against Ball State.
Well, let me wait a second here. This one doesn't count anymore, does it?
Okay, yeah. Lost to Louisville and then Florida. Third down and 6. 3-man rush by Louisiana State. Crompton will tuck it and run. He's got the 1st down, and he does not dive. How about that? He ran right into Chivas Jackson, and he gave as good as he got.
Yeah, he did, but I don't like it. I got to tell you, when you get him near the sideline, you got to tell him we've got an injured backup quarterback. You're the only guy we got. Now, Jonathan, you can't try out for the team today. You got to help the team. That's okay, but then slide after you get the 1st down. Because I'll tell you, LSU, the crowd's cheering for you right now, but LSU will play that game with you all day if you want to.
He does get the 1st down. Chivas Jackson won't forget it. First down and 10. Out of the spread. And it's a 4-man rush by the Tigers. Crompton. Pass. Is it caught? No, it's not. Incomplete. Intended for Lucas Taylor. And it's time for the Aflac trivia question of the day. Who are the only two teams to play in the BCS championship game without winning their conference title? Only two. I know you know the answer.
I know. For sure I do. Boy, I just hope it's not the Big Ten loser as the third one, in my opinion.
Here's Crompton going right. Lucas Taylor makes the catch. It'll be third down. Well, a lot of the conversation the last week or so has centered around Ohio State, Michigan meeting, of course, in 2 weeks. And is there a chance that the loser of that game would get into the BCS bowl game? There's a perverse part of my personality that would love to see the controversy of that one.
Oh, not me.
Oh.
I don't want to see
Well,
that.
I don't either.
They've got their chance to get in there, win the game, and you're in there. They don't have to depend on any vote. I hate to see a second-place team back into it.
Here's third down. Crompton again improvises, throws it short. Intended for Josh Briscoe, number 81. It'll be fourth down.
The play before, Vern, on that short pass, when LSU came up and made that tackle, that is the game plan for LSU. Tackle the Tennessee receivers after the catch. They do not want yards after catch. And this LSU defense is one of the best tackling groups I've seen in a long time.
Colquitt on for the fourth time. See that average, 55 yards. He's averaging 46.4 for the season. Latest member of the Kicking Colquitts. Father, brother, cousin have preceded him here at Tennessee. Fair catch. Called for and taken by Davis at the 16-yard line. That's a 35-yard punt, but very effective. And CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station. Now we've seen Jonathan Crompton, the backup quarterback. Backup quarterbacks have had significant roles in this series. And for more, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson for this SEC moment presented by Sonic. Trace?
That's right, Vern. Back in the 2001 SEC Championship, LSU starting quarterback Rohan Davey was injured on this scramble in the first quarter, and backup Matt Mock took advantage of the opportunity. He scored to put the Tigers up 7-0. Tennessee rallied as Casey Clausen threw 2 touchdown passes to lead 17-10 at the half. But in the fourth quarter, trailing 17-16, Matt Mock grounded in again from 13 yards out to give the Tigers a lead they would never relinquish as they won their first SEC title since '88. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Tracy, thank you. And earlier that same season, LSU last visited here and lost in regular season. Jamarcus Russell, Charles Scott is in at tailback. Russell with a play fake. Flips it out right side. The defender slipped, and Dwayne Bowe makes the catch in front of Antoine Stewart. Now, Jamarcus Russell, we mentioned he's got gaudy numbers at home. Hasn't played that well on the road.
Well, and it hasn't just been him, but some of those numbers have been reflected in his stats. They played tougher teams on the road. Thought the strategy by LSU against Auburn, they didn't really throw the ball till late in the game, and Florida's defense is tough. But you can see when he has time to throw the ball, he can put stats up like that.
Now, 3 of those 4 interceptions came at Florida. And here is Keelan Williams. That's a first down out near the 30-yard line.
Well, how about this LSU offense? You search for a tailback to help them. They do not have it, although they've used 6 different tailbacks so far LSU has this year. They don't have one tailback for the season that has rushed for more than 300 yards. 277 is the most, and that is by freshman Charles Scott. And currently he's listed 4 or 5 on the depth chart.
He was just in for 1 play.
Yeah, well, we need more graphic room for all the guys that we
Hester, Broussard, Scott, Vincent, and Keelan Williams. And now the 6th one, Trendon Holiday, the 5'5", is in. They give it off to the right side. It's Jacob Hester, and he comes almost unopposed over right tackle, a 15-yard gain.
Nice package by Jimbo Fisher right here. Tennessee is thinking they're going to get the sweep out to the outside. Good cross block, nice pickup inside by Brian Johnson, number 75 on the stunt. And there goes Hester, a 4-5 guy. Doesn't look 4-5, 4-5 fullback. Gets it into the secondary. I think it's mandatory, absolutely mandatory with the backup quarterback Tennessee has in the game, that Tennessee's defense draws the line right here. No more touchdowns in the first half.
Russell being chased, and he gets it to Keeland Williams. Out to the 48-yard line. We'll make it Thursday on Survivor. The game is about to take an unexpected turn when tribe members are given a chance to change teams. Oh my. Don't miss a new Survivor Thursday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Well, it's Survivor Island now here in November in the SEC. Because you lose now and you're out. This is an elimination game in the SEC.
Yep. Both teams still in the chase. The loser of this one all but eliminated in any case trying to get to Atlanta for the SEC championship game. Russell finds Craig Davis, who was popped by Gerard Mayo. Well, let's take another glimpse of the standings. First in the East, where Florida won today. And so they go to 6-1. Tennessee is 3-1. And the Gators are at home against South Carolina next week. South Carolina with a big game tonight. And if Tennessee loses this game, outskis. That's it.
And Florida is the SEC East champion.
Third down and 4. Blitz. Russell hit as he lets it go. It's an incomplete pass and a very, very definitive call by the referee, Penn Wagers. That was a nice piece of officiating.
Yeah.
Boy, he was emphatic.
Remember when I said you can't sit back in zones against Jamarcus Russell? Number 90, I think that's him right there, number 90, Turk McBride, comes over the top and makes the play here. Watch him jump up. Yes, he's the one that gets there full speed. He started off at defensive end this year, but when Justin Harrell was injured, they moved McBride inside. He's a bit undersized, but very quick at defensive tackle.
That forces the punt, and Chris Jackson is on to send it deep to Jonathan Hefney. 3-man rush. Jackson no problem getting it away. Fair catch called. It'll bounce. Oh, yeah, get your hands up and get away from the football. It didn't touch him, but we've seen that happen a couple of times.
Anything close, you almost would have wanted Morley to jump on the ball just in case.
And they're claiming that it was touched by Morley.
Now, if it was touched, it would go to the 2-yard line, back where it was touched there.
Demetrius Morley, who got taken to the cleaners on the 1 touchdown pass.
The play is the blocker on the field is a touchback.
Play on the field is a touchback. They're wondering now, did it hit Morley's wrist? That's the thing.
Right hand to wrist. It looked like there might have been contact.
And that is a reviewable play. Touching of any type of a kick by a player is reviewable. Did it touch him? Now remember, it's called a touchback, so you have to find something definitive to change the call. Did it hit the back of his hand or wrist? Well, only Morley knows for sure right now.
And he's not telling.
That's right.
I don't think he's going to be a voluntary witness.
The previous play is under further review. This occurred before the coach requested a challenge.
Les Miles wanted to make sure it was being reviewed. It is being reviewed. Did it touch Morley, the back of his right hand, it looked like, as he spun around? Here's another look. Hefner calls for the fair catch. Morley turns. Did it look like the ball changed its rotation? That's the key. Did it look like he's going end over end? And then it looks like it pops up. I think it grazed his wrist.
I do too, but I'm wondering, Gary.
Whether they can change it, right?
You know, the old,
enough.
what's become a cliche. the indisputable visual evidence.
And remember, the official down there said it didn't, so the guy upstairs says, I've got a better view than you. LSU is saying, you know, we haven't got a few of these calls all year. Got a holding penalty on a touchdown that wasn't there. We got a pass interference. Are we going to get one?
Now there's Morley.
That one doesn't show enough to me.
This is the one you think is definitive?
No, I don't think it's definitive. I'm just guessing, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm going to bet? I'm going to bet it's a tough call. I really think it grazed his wrist. I do, but I don't know if it's enough to change. What do you say?
Well, I have a question for you. Do those pickets on the fence you're sitting on, do they hurt?
They're tough. I'm trying to straddle it right now. If I would, I don't have. If I was in the booth,
I'm going to guess. I don't think there was enough to overturn it.
After further review, the play stands. It's called as a field touchback.
Not enough. I mean, it was debatable, right? Debatable.
And I do understand Les Miles' anger.
Because I stood here, watched it on my monitor, and I said, I think it grazed him. Could I give it 100%? I don't know.
Yep.
We got about 6 people in our booth here.
Yep.
It was 5 touch, 1 no touch, wasn't it? About 5 to 6. One guy said no. Almost everybody in our booth thought it was a touch.
First down and 10. And a flag thrown on the near side.
Prior to the snap, sideline warning on the LSU sideline. Their first warning.
That's the line judge, Terry Walters, who's having the conversation with Les Miles. Again, I really do understand the anger, but I don't think there was enough to overturn the original call. Well, he's furious.
Yeah, Les was more there, wasn't he?
Lip readers, just close your eyes. First down and 10. Draw play. Arian Foster doesn't get much.
Good defense.
Luke Sanders in the middle, strung him out. Okay, time now for the answer to the Cue the duck. Trivia question. Who are the only 2 teams to play in the BCS championship game without winning their conference title? And the answer.
Well, the first one was the Nebraska team that got beat by, 80 points in that game? Or was it 100 points? By Colorado. And Oklahoma, which was swamped by Kansas State. They both made it to the championship.
Yeah, I do agree with you that for example, the loser of the Ohio State-Michigan game,
No, I don't think so.
I'm just saying the perverse part of my personality.
Unless everybody else loses 2 games.
Yeah. And today, Michigan hangs on to defeat Ball State 24-16.
Right. They're both deserving to play for the national championship. And, by the way, they both have an opportunity with nobody can vote them out of it now. They both play for the national championship. All they got to do is beat each other.
Second down, Derry Beckwith, the linebacker, limped off. Ollie Highsmith, number 7. One of the leaders defensively at second down. Crompton, play action, pulls back, goes right side, nice pass. Robert Meacham, number 3, who had a couple of drops early on. He's having an outstanding season, is Meacham, the junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
See, that's the first time that Tennessee is allowed, and David Cutcliffe is allowed Jonathan Crompton to throw the ball downfield. Man-to-man coverage. Zenon on Meacham. That's what you get from LSU. They're going to challenge you to throw the ball downfield. If you do it, and you do it well, you have some opportunities to throw the ball. They're not giving you cheapies. No easy throws for 5 yards.
15-yard gain. That's the first catch for Meacham today. Screen pass. And Crompton had to throw it at the feet of Corey Anderson. Anderson, we were told, would not play a lot today. And he was in on that one, and that screen pass looked pretty ugly.
Yeah, Tyson Jackson, number 93, the defensive end, read it just right away. Again, I say, as much as right now, at this point in the game, Bo Pelini says, I'm not going to let you have those. I'm going to force you to throw the ball downfield. I like my chances of my pass rush getting to you, and until you show me you're willing to throw the ball downfield, I'm taking all that junk away from you.
Out of the spread now on second down. Arian Foster, the running back, wide to the left. Here's Crompton, looks the other way, and he finds his tight end Chris Brown, number 28. That will leave a need of about 4 for the first down as they get to the 41-yard line.
If you like a nice matchup in SEC, Aaron Sears, number 76, right there on the outside against Dorsey. He's got a little help inside because it's only a 3-man rush and a 5-step drop, but you don't get around Aaron Sears very easily. How about this? 251 passes attempted by Tennessee, only 6 sacks. That's about 2% of the time they let up a sack.
We look at a 3rd and 5 now with 5:05 to go in the half. Sprint out, catch is made. First down obtained at the 48-yard line as Robert Meacham makes the grab. That's 47 catches. There's a flag down back, and it's going to be against LSU, roughing the passer.
This was a pick pass by Tennessee. They expect man-to-man coverage, so watch the little rub play. Right here, a little come out here hook, and then rub right off to the outside. That's what cleans it up. Inside, come in, hook up, and then bump inside right there. Beautiful little design play by Tennessee.
It was on Ryan Willis, number 52. Not much doubt about that.
Yep, that one will get called. Look at Crompton get up and say, you know what, I may be a freshman, but did you see me? Did you see that open they had on CBS? I'm a big, tough guy. That isn't going to hurt me.
8 penalties on the Tigers. Tennessee, none. It's 7-0, however, a 23-yard pass from Jamarcus Russell to Craig Davis, the only score in the game. Eric Ainge started, played the first quarter, went out after a sack, and that one is not a very good pass. Lucas Steeler. We talked about the East. Here's this LSU team on the road for the 3rd time this year. They lost to Auburn, they lost to Florida, and they need some help.
Yeah, I think the best scenario for LSU is a 3-way tie. Arkansas loses a game, and then they beat them at the end, and then Auburn, you know, they can't get Auburn out of there. If Auburn's got to stay right in there tied, a 3-way tie is their best scenario to win the West.
2nd and 10. Ryan Willis in a down position. Crompton rolls right. Hit as he lets it go. It's incomplete. At the 30-yard line, that was Josh Briscoe again, number 81.
See, that's another opportunity for a Tennessee wide receiver to help out their football team, and they cough this up. Crompton's going to get it. Kind of a dash to the right, throws it on the run, puts it right on his wide receiver, and Zenon does a nice job of collisioning the receiver. Come back to the ball, come back to the football. He does. Now catch his football. That is a catchable ball, and one you expect your receivers to help out a young quarterback on.
Now here's strength against strength. 3rd down conversions against 3rd down defense. LSU outstanding defensively, 26% allowed for the year. Play fake, Crompton deep. He's got a man open. It's caught. It's a touchdown by Robert Meacham. Little bump chest with Trooper Taylor, the wide receiver coach. A little congratulations from Eric Ainge. A not-so-little touchdown pass from Crompton to Meacham. And Tennessee's within 1 of tying it up. James Wilhoit. Will kick it. 7-7.
It was a perfectly thrown ball, but it was not an easy catch. We've been on the receivers for not coming up big. Double coverage, bracket coverage, a safety and a corner on the play. Runs right by Jesse Daniels. The ball was perfectly thrown, but right on the fingertips. You got a young quarterback make a play. Well, Tennessee's wide receivers made a play to tie this football game.
Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. We play late second quarter. Just another small gathering on an autumn afternoon. 106,333. And Jonathan Crompton just threw his first touchdown pass, 37 yards. It's the first touchdown given up by LSU since Tim Tebow threw one for Florida 10 quarters ago. Will Hoyt's kick. Dandy. Touchback.
All right, let's go back and look at that touchdown. 3rd and 10, remember. All right, now stay with me here. 2 things. Number 1, this offensive line does a great job on 3rd and long against the best sack defense, and it's bracket coverage right here. 1, 2 guys are going to be on Meechin on this play. There he is. You watch this. Good protection inside. Meechin gets bracket coverage. Ball's thrown downfield. They're not going to give you the short ball, and Meechin goes out and puts it right on the fingertips. That is an 11-man play for Tennessee. 11 guys working as one is the only way you score against a good defense.
And recall that the drive began after the call on the field was confirmed that led to a touchback. That was on Demetrius Morley. And let's check in with Tracy. More on Robert Meacham.
Thanks, guys. Robert Meacham has the name Trey Jones written under his eyes. Meacham visited with the 10-year-old on Thursday at the Children's Hospital. Jones, who has Crohn's disease, is a huge Tennessee fan and is watching the game today, and Meacham told him that his first touchdown would be for him. I bet he's smiling right now, guys.
Oh, that's great, Trace. You remember a couple of weeks ago, we spent a half an hour with Robert Meacham. Very, very quiet young man, but what a wonderful visit that was with him.
How about he said his first touchdown?
Yeah. That's Broussard getting nailed with 3:25 to go. Robert Ayers and Ryan Carl are there to lead the defense.
He is a real unsung hero of this defense, Ryan Carl. He was a special teams player a year ago. He's moved into that Sam linebacker spot. All he does is make plays. All he does. I mean, just all over the football field, whether he's dropping, just makes plays.
Ryan Carl grew up a Tennessee fan. He's from Franklin, Tennessee, about 20 miles south of Nashville, among whose residents are now listed Scott and Tracy Hamilton and their son Aiden.
Wow.
Yeah, moved to Nashville. The Olympic champion has become a country music fan.
Another timeout by this LSU team.
And that's it.
That's it. Well, they used him wisely in the first half. Can't take him with you.
2:48 to go. 7-7 ball game. Third down and 8. Here's Jamarcus Russell, pressured, shakes it, still running loose, and tackled at the 44.
Well, no one expects Jamarcus Russell to be a scrambler. He does not like to run the football, but the pass rush gets past him. And then when Russell gets into the secondary, it's a man-to-man look back there, and all the defensive backs have their back to Russell, and he goes for what looked like a timeout opportunity for Tennessee to get the ball back to a scoring opportunity for LSU with 2.5 minutes to go. They got plenty of time.
Despite his size, not known as a runner.
No, not at all.
34 yards on that one. 2:14 to go. They fake the reverse. He's hit, but he stays on his feet and throws it at the foot of a Tennessee defender. Xavier Mitchell got there first. It was Hefney who couldn't get up to the ball.
I'll tell you, Xavier Mitchell is stunned right now because he comes around, watch this, and he's going to put a layout shot on Jamarcus Russell. He hits him, and he gets up and looks at him and goes, how could you have thrown that ball? I put my best hit on you, and he just stared at him and goes, that's impossible. I'm telling you, I was watching him, he just looked at Jamarcus and said, that's impossible.
Well, I keep thinking about that. He said, I'm kind of hard to bring down.
Yeah, kind of.
Second down and 10. Russell, play action, coming right. Fires it short. Caught by Richard Dixon, the tight end, who does get out of bounds and stops the clock. Ryan Carl with the tackle, and a reminder, we're less than 2 minutes away, game time, from the Geico halftime report. Archie Manning has joined Spencer and Tim. We'll go back to New York for all the scores and highlights here on the first weekend in November.
Yeah, now this is a nice situation if you're LSU. I mean, you get a chance here if you run the ball and pick up the first down, or if it is a first down, the clock is going to stop while you get set up.
Looks like a player is down on the LSU sideline.
It looks like a Tennessee player.
Xavier Mitchell. It's Xavier Mitchell, who's had an outstanding game.
He may be tired from hitting the quarterback. Takes a toll on you when you hit a guy 270, I think.
On his back. And meanwhile, they stretched the chain, and he came up just short. There's Mitchell on Dixon.
Yeah, look, I wonder if it was Ryan Carl that put his own hit in his rib cage right there.
Now Mitchell's up and trotting off. He's apparently fine young man from Long Beach, Mississippi. One of those, as are all of these LSU players, one of those whose family was so affected by Katrina a year ago. Xavier Mitchell's family lost their home. Remember the story? They closed. They'd sold it and closed just a week before the tornado hit. 3rd and inches. Dixon is the motion man. Russell, right side, first down, LSU. Ali Broussard. Remember week 2 here after the big win against California? Air Force came in here and played so well. This is the try for 2 in the win. And Xavier Mitchell with one of the big plays of the season for Tennessee.
The biggest defensive play of the season for Tennessee, no doubt about that.
1:41 to go. Mitchell appears to be okay. Russell back. Forced right. Intercepted. Picked off at the 10-yard line. This is Jonathan Hefney and his 4th interception of the year. Huge, huge play. Only the 5th pick all season thrown by Jamarcus Russell.
See, this was a matchup that was not going Jamarcus's way. He had a tight end going against Willie Hefney, who's a slash corner safety, and Hefney was just going to eat up that tight end. Richard Dixon kind of fades away from the throw. There's Dixie's going to come out, and there's Hefney. Now watch, Hefney is going to bait the throw all the way. He says, I've got this tight end all the way. When the tight end kind of runs away from the ball, Hefney cuts inside and makes the pick.
Tennessee has all 3 timeouts remaining, 1:02 to go in the half. It comes left, nice play. Whoa, Ali Highsmith, number 7, the linebacker. And another look at the interception.
Jonathan Hefney has been so big in this football team with punt returns, tackles. He's the 3rd leading tackler, and he cuts inside. Really nice matchup for a kind of a corner safety type player, and Jamarcus Russell made a big mental mistake on the play. That's not a good throw to a kind of below average receiving tight end that LSU has there.
2nd down and 10, 57 seconds to go before halftime. LSU rushes 4. Crompton, wide open, Jason Swain. First down at the 48. They will stop the clock while they reset the chain. And again, the Volunteers have their timeouts remaining.
Yeah, passing one-on-one. Cross one guy short, bring the trailing guy behind it. If somebody doesn't cover the middle of the field, LSU latches on the crossing route, and Jonathan Crompton reads it perfectly and throws it better.
Jason Swain makes the catch, a 14-yard gain. Tennessee uses the first of its 3 timeouts. Back at Neyland Stadium, and it's time now for our Home Depot Tools for Success.
Well, the guy in charge of the toolbox now is Jonathan Crompton. There's an old saying, measure twice, cut once. He measures himself there once. There's the second measurement twice. He feels good, make your cut. And the cut was a touchdown for Tennessee.
You know a lot more about toolboxes than I ever would have thought.
Measure twice, cut once. That's like the first thing you learn about building stuff in the toolbox.
Crompton, 6 of 12. Eric Ainge he tried 6 passes, 1 completion, 3 drops among the 6.
Yeah. And Eric Ainge has to stay ready. He has to keep his ankle loose. You never know what'll happen. Guy gets hurt, Eric Ainge will have to go back in the game.
First down and 10. Crompton rolling right, gets a good block. The pass is caught by Swain. He turns and dives, and did he get the first down? I think oh no, they're going to stop it. But he did stop the clock. Got out of bounds, 41 seconds to go.
I'll tell you, you got help deep. This is a great route. This time Zenon knows he has a safety behind him, so he's running a trail, but out to the outside. It's a good route to the outside by Jason Swain, and another strike. His quarterback is showing why teams like, Clemson, Michigan, LSU, and Tennessee all wanted him to come play quarterback for them.
Second down and short. Will Hoyt, the kicker. Oh, well, here we go. Right side, Arian Foster. What a gaping hole on the left side of the offensive line. And a 21-yard gain.
They actually caught LSU in a corner blitz. They had the perfect call on this time. From the outside, the corner's going to come, and they gash it to the inside right there. You couldn't have a better play call at that time. Aaron Sears, the big tackle, just walled it off, and the perfect call at the perfect time. A successful run finally for Tennessee.
Yes, finally is right. Well, I was going to mention Will Hoyt's career long is 51. They're well inside that now. It would be a 35-yarder if they don't gain a yard. Here's Crompton back, goes in the corner, and puts it up for grabs. It's knocked away, incomplete, intended for Arian Foster.
Not really the matchup you want. A running back against a skilled corner. Crompton really didn't read it out well. Should have gone to the other side of the field. You've got a running back who's not used to running fades against the corner who is. Crompton threw it well, but not to the right guy.
This time Robert Meacham, who has the touchdown catch for Tennessee, goes to the top of the screen, wide right. Second and 10, 26 seconds to go. And they'll keep it on the ground. Arian Foster to the 15-yard line. Now then, use a timeout.
Oh, yeah. We'll take a timeout right now.
There they go.
You know, I really got to give it to this Tennessee offensive line. We saw them get manhandled a bit by Florida when we were earlier in the year, but the addition of Josh McNeil at center has made them a little bit tougher up the middle.
Josh McNeil is from Collins, Mississippi. He made his commitment to Tennessee while he was on a recruiting trip to Southern California. He called Philip Fulmer when he was out looking at USC and said, it's a little too big for me, coach. I'm coming to Knoxville. Timeout. Beautiful view of Neyland Stadium on the banks of the Tennessee River, and a big decision here for Philip Fulmer.
Yeah, this is one of those decisions. You got a young quarterback. Yeah, he's playing hot. He's having a good football game. If it was me, I would run the ball, center it up, call a timeout, and try to leave this game 10-7 at half with the lead.
And he will go from the spread formation. LSU 4 down. They bring only 4. He will throw it. Runs left, tucks it, looks for blocks, out of bounds at the 8-yard line, 8 seconds to go, and Crompton runs into the bushes.
Yeah, see, you put the sack in the football game when you throw the ball right there. You got to bring that field goal team on the board right now. This was a half that Tennessee at one point had negative yards at the end of the quarter. They've gotten back in the football game, and they can take the lead with your backup quarterback. If I'm Philip Fulmer, I'm loving this opportunity to kick the field goal here.
See, Will Hoyt, who is the 4th all-time scorer in Tennessee history with 293 points. He's having a fine season. 11 of 13, and they will measure with 8 seconds to go. So it'll be 4th down when they attempt the field goal.
There were some big plays in this football game. None bigger than the Morley punt when it almost grazed his wrist or didn't graze his wrist, because that allowed Tennessee to get back in this football game. 14-0 might have been too much.
Now the initial call on that punt was that he had not touched it. It was a touchback. And Gary, I think you and I agree that we think it was touched, but not enough to overturn the call.
Well, it was marginal. Let's put it that way. It wasn't obvious touch. It was not obvious.
And Tennessee used that opportunity, go 80 yards. The touchdown catch made by Meacham. Now here is Wilhoit. Eric Ainge can do not but look on now with that high ankle sprain. Wilhoit to break the tie. Tennessee uses the huge interception by Jonathan Hefney. Only the 5th thrown by Jamarcus Russell this year. And it leads to a field goal. And we'll go back to Tim Brando in our New York studios. For my strong point, we're going to let Tim stand by for a little bit. We've got 3 seconds to go.
Well, there was enough action for a half, that's for sure. Okay, let's go back to that play. There was the pass interference call versus Auburn, LSU fans will remember. A holding call against Florida. Will it now be the touchback or no touchback against Tennessee? Add another one, because at that point it was 7-0 and Tennessee had a -5 yards offense at that point.
And so with 3 seconds left, Wilhoit, 24-yard field goal, puts Tennessee on top, 10-7. 3 seconds remaining. Here is the kick, and again, it's a good one by Wilhoit. That will be another, well, now it'll be a touchback. And now it's the end of the half. Even I can figure that out. 10-7. As James Wilhoit kicks the field goal to break the tie and gives the Volunteers the halftime lead. And Tracy Wolfson is with Philip Fulmer.
Coach, talk about the performance of Crompton. Is it his game to finish?
Oh, yeah. You know, Eric's a little dinged up, and John's had a heck of a week or really a heck of a year of preparation. Right now, he gives us a little running ability, and he's competing his rear off. So, yeah, it's his game.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Draw play, right side, Keelan Williams, and he just picks up a couple, so it'll be 2nd down. Gary Danielson, what does LSU need to do?
I think they just got to be able to just keep throwing the football to the middle of the field. When Jamarcus Russell throws to the middle of the field to his wideouts, not his tight ends, not his running back, to his wideouts, he's very effective. The difference in this football game, obviously Crompton's come in, but the Tennessee offensive line has done a great job against a very, very physical defensive line for LSU.
2nd down and 9, a gain of 1 in the last play. Russell overthrown, intercepted, and there's a chance for the touchdown now for Demetrius Morley. And he got it.
I thought it had to be tipped, but I think it just slipped out of his hand.
The toughest battle Morley had was after he got in the end zone. He was knocked goofy by a teammate. Morley with the touchdown. In the loss at Florida, Russell threw 3 interceptions. He's thrown 2 in this game.
You talked about goofy. The pass was goofy. That's all I can say. The ball just slipped out of his hand. It wasn't within 15 yards of his intended receiver, and Morley just got a gift. It was like a kickoff, end over end, and he had to beat a 270-pound quarterback who just threw an Eric Ainge-type pass like last year. Ouch!
Just like that, Tennessee's up 10.
If you're a coach now, you got to look into Jamarcus Russell's eyes and make sure he can be the quarterback you expect him to be. 100,000 people on the road, a disastrous play. Is he tough enough to come back mentally from just an awful throw?
First time Jamarcus Russell has played in this stadium. Here's the kick, taken by Jared Mitchell, number 87. And he's going to be tackled just across the 20-yard line. And another, this looked like a shot put, Gary.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, maybe been throwing those rockets and missiles. This was a shot put or a catapult, whatever you want to call it, because it was a slant pass that no one could have jumped high enough for. and if you're a quarterback, you just go, please give me another opportunity to play, coach, when I come over the sidelines, because if you're not a pure #1 quarterback, you can get benched after throws like that.
That's one of the hardest hits of the ball game. Jonathan Heffney delivered to Demetrius Morley. Here's Russell. Trindon Holiday is in the lineup. He gets the handoff and comes left. And he's hit behind the line, does get back near the line of scrimmage. Well, LSU 6-0 at home, 0-2 on the road. They've had gaudy stats at home, averaging 46 points there, but on the road only 6.5 points. And look at the figures for Jamarcus Russell.
Coming into this game, he's added 2 more interceptions in this football game. The last one, a disaster. You got your coach that just probably breathed fire in that locker room, and you come out and lay an egg on the first play.
Inside to Bowe. Bowe, little underneath route. He's got a lot of room. And Antoine Stewart finally catches up with him and knocks him out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
This is very reminiscent of the plays that Ellen, you got a quarterback that just threw one of those. You give him an easy screen pass, gain his confidence back.
That's a gain of 36 and a first down at the 40-yard line. High formation now. Ali Broussard is the deep back. He goes right, one-on-one out of the corner. And the stop is made by Jonathan Heffney, number 33. Now let's take a look at the halftime statistics in this ball game.
Well, these things look so bad at one point. Look at Tennessee with 134 yards. They don't have a check, but it almost could be a check because at one time they had -5 at the end of the quarter. So they survived. When you can gain that many yards in a quarter, you don't have the big check, but you have a yellow check for me because they survived it.
Second down, 7. Hester is the running back. Tennessee playing 4 down. They bring 5. Pass to Doucette out on the left side. Cuts back toward the middle of the field. And is inside to the 29-yard line. Jamarcus Russell for the first down and 10 at the 29. Draw play. And that's Justin Vincent, number 25. What a second down and 10.
The story of Justin Vincent is an amazing one, isn't it? SEC most valuable player in 2003. I had him in the Sugar Bowl against Oklahoma, and he was the most valuable player of that football game. 1,000 yards rusher. You're supposed to get better. He got hurt. Understand he got hurt.
Right.
Still has not coming back.
Second down and 10. He is still the deep back in the I formation. Russell fakes it to him, goes right side for Bowe and overthrows Bowe. Morley was defending. I mentioned Jamarcus Russell playing here for the first time. He told us yesterday he visited here as a junior in high school in Mobile, Alabama. He was here for the Miami-Tennessee game in 2002. Miami came in here #1 in the country and won decisively.
Yeah. By the way, that was a play that was there for the making. Jamarcus threw a bad play. It was a busted defense by Tennessee. Nobody covered Bo. He just didn't make a wide open throw. Missed opportunity.
4 wides in the game now. Justin Vincent is the running back. It's 3rd and 10. Here's Russell. Steps up. Darts right. He'll run it. Cuts back. Nifty play. And he's got a 1st and goal inside the 7. Well, 2 of the longest runs of the season for Jamarcus Russell. Had one of 34 earlier.
See, I really like this kind of stuff. This is how I judge football players. You know, when you come back with an embarrassing football play, when I'll bet 75% of the LSU fans are going, put in Matt Flynn, you keep your wits about you and drive that football right down the field and win over your football team, your teammates, and more importantly, the coaching staff.
1st and goal, down by 10. And Jacob Hester struggles to get to the 5. Had to fight hard for a couple of yards.
Sure did. Tennessee sold out inside on that with the I formation. They were going to force that play to bounce out, and Hester was not looking for a bounce out.
2nd and goal. Davis and Bo back on the field.
Hester's very good at catching the football. He's got 8 touchdowns for this football team. He's very dangerous out of the backfield.
Play fake, lob it. Davis deep in the end zone, double covered. And the pass incomplete. 3rd and goal. What do you like here?
Second down, I actually was wishing they would have gone for the regular formation and then kind of flipped that fullback out into the flat. When they went wide outs with shotgun, they had nothing to do but throw the football. Now, in this situation, you're going to put Jamarcus Russell back in shotgun again and try to call your favorite play right now if I was LSU, whatever that is.
4 wides. Russell back. Inside cut. Bo for the touchdown for LSU. And with that touchdown, he becomes the all-time leader in LSU history. Touchdowns scored by a receiver.
Yeah, at 31, it's his 32nd. And I would say that that is LSU's favorite play, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
The wide receiver screen, that's exactly what Jimbo Fisher said. He goes, let me circle my favorite play. That's what he called, and it worked out on the goal line.
Had shared that record with Michael Clayton. Gets the touchdown and brings LSU right back. And here is Colt David. If this is successful, and it is, barely, this ties him for 2nd all-time consecutive PATs made for LSU.
Didn't have my eyes on him, but usually what happens is he goes out and comes back in on one of these wide receiver screens. Let's see if that's what they ran. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. The wide receiver screen, that times it up and allows your offensive lineman to get out there, and an easy throw from Jamarcus from the bottom to the top in 2 drives.
By Sonic. TIAA Cref. Longhorn Steakhouse, and by Verizon Wireless. Nighttime is settled in here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the Longhorn Steakhouse fixed wing providing aerial coverage of tonight's LSU-Tennessee game. Longhorn Steakhouse will cover selected college football events throughout the rest of the season.
You know, we've given a lot of props to David Cutcliffe this year. Right there is Jimbo Fisher, the talented offensive coordinator for LSU. This conference, I always talk about the defensive coordinators, some good offensive coordinators. Auburn, Al Borges. You know, Spurrier's running South Carolina. Urban Meyer's running at Florida Tech, and Dan Mullen. There are some talented offensive coaches also.
Oh, boy.
They called it a touchback, by the way.
Ja'Cory Williams.
He was lucky he didn't step out on the half-yard line, but Williams gets it called as a touchback, which is a 20-yard gain.
Now let's see, did it hit the pylon? Here's Williams.
Gets That's it. Ball keeps going. Ball goes into the end zone and hits that. See that wobble right there?
Yeah.
That's all that was needed. Nice call right there by that linesman standing right there straddling the pylon. That's it. Oh, my goodness.
Jonathan Crompton on in relief of Eric Ainge. Ainge went the first quarter, 3 3-and-outs, 1 of 6 with the high ankle sprain. Crompton has thrown for a touchdown. This one is incomplete to Meacham. Meacham caught the 1 touchdown. That was from 37 yards out.
You know, I really like, I got to say, that this LSU defense by Bo Pelini, they don't back up. I mean, they had a big pass hit against them. It was a touchdown. You give the young quarterback, you tip their hat. Threw it into double coverage, perfect throw, perfect catch. They still won't give him the easy throw. They're going to make him throw the ball downfield. That's why that offensive line for Tennessee must pass block.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. McNeil snaps it back as Arian Foster skips to the outside across the 25 near the 27. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Red Lobster's scholar athlete today is Tennessee's Brad Cottom, a 3.02 grade point average, major in business studies, and a 2005 academic All-SEC. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown tonight by donating $1,000 to Tennessee's General Scholarship Fund. He's one of 2 Cottom brothers who play for this team. His brother Jeff is also a part of it.
Yeah, and both 6'8". They get noticed on the practice field. Now, if there's been a weakness for this Tennessee offense all year, they've been throwing the ball, they've been putting up points, short yardage running attack. Now they're going against the best rush defense, probably in the SEC. What will Tennessee do? You're on your 27-yard line. You got a backup freshman quarterback in there.
Now, some kind of a conversation involving the referee, Pen Wagers. Now the clock has started again, 8:40 to go.
Good job by Ken Wagers. I think he said, let's keep it clean, guys. We got a good football game going here. Let's not get chippy.
3rd and 3. Arian Foster is the running back. Rollout by Crompton. He does give them the running threat that Eric Ainge does not provide, but he stopped here. There's a fumble, and it is recovered by Tennessee. It will be 4th down. And so 4th down will bring on Colquitt.
Remember the pick play for the 1st down? That was the call again, but this time the defense. Here's going to be the picker right here, but this time inside does the LSU defensive back go. He cuts inside. Watch it. Right inside the pick right there. No throw. There it is right there. He comes right inside the pick. Takes away the 1st down throw and forces Jonathan Crompton to go. Chivas Jackson, number 21, did a great job of getting in, reading that play.
And Colquitt will kick it deep to Craig Davis, who's been the punt returner for this LSU team for only the last 2 games. And he is nailed as he comes up to make the catch. That's Ja'Cory Williams, who bobbled the kickoff less than 2 minutes ago, and now nails Craig Davis.
He got shoved a bit, but I don't think he's going to get away with this one. I think they're going to call this one. No, he got shoved a bit from behind.
And Davis looks like he's favoring that knee.
Get it. And that's the danger when you have your money guys, your big play receivers. 78% of the pass offense for LSU has come from their 3 wideouts. Fair catch by Davis.
Interference on the kicking team.
I don't think there was any shove there. That's one that you have to keep control of your body, and Williams ran right into Davis. Hope he's okay.
Well, at
for
the
LSU.
Least, it looks like a hyperextended knee.
Yes.
At the minimal.
You know, at least he got his cleats out of the ground. You know, it's almost like he jumped over the guy.
That's the first penalty of the game called against Tennessee. We'll be right back. Golf returns next weekend on CBS. Greg Norman, Annika Sorenstam. CBS's Nick Faldo, Fred Couples and more pair up at the Merrill Lynch Shootout next Saturday and Sunday. And Monday, Dave is all new with Will Ferrell, plus Jack Hanna's Animals. And later this week, don't miss Kiefer Sutherland, Dustin Hoffman, and the new James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Well, Tennessee, remember that Florida game, Vern? They were up 17-7, ended up losing that game 21-20. The Tennessee faithful are looking at this scoreboard saying it looks a little familiar to me.
And it feels that way. Keelan Williams going right, bangs over the tackle, and appears to have picked up a first down. That was Jonathan Hefney down low.
See, it appears to me that Williams is their best back. Now, you take him out for a few blows, you know, but I'm going to ride the guy. I mean, he's tried 4 or 5 different backs. They got to lather up a back. I know he's only a freshman. That's why you got to take him out occasionally. But he seems to me to be your best back in this football game.
Lather up a back.
Oh, yeah, you got to lather him.
Okay.
Get him going.
First down and 10 after the Keelan Williams run. This time, nothing doing. Turk McBride, number 90. You know, part of the fun of doing this for a living is the chance to spend time on campuses and with some of these young men. We chatted with Turk McBride. What an impressive young kid he is.
And what did he say? I asked him, he kept talking. I said, what's your favorite course? And he said, what, religious studies?
Yeah, exactly.
He said, I love to go in there and just hear that professor just talk about it. He said, I can't wait to get to class. Great kid.
He's going to kill me for this. Turk McBride, that's a nickname.
Uh-oh.
His real name is Claude. His real name is Hester. And that is an LSU first down at the 24-yard line. Jacob Hester and a gain of 17.
Pretty interesting when you start to produce yards, plugging away, keeps plugging away and gets the ball.
First down and 10 after that 17-yard pick. They do spot it 1 yard back at the 25. Here's Keelan Williams. That one was messed up at the point of exchange. Let's go back to this studio for a Liberty Mutual. Tim, no flies in the ointment today thus far.
Yeah, you kind of figured that Charlie Weiss would dial it up for Brady Quinn today.
Yeah, yep. Second down and 8. 17-14 Tennessee. Russell with a play fake. Screen pass. Perfect. This is Justin Vincent diving to the 15-yard line, very close for the first down. Only the 3rd catch of the season for Vincent.
Well, we talked about the Heisman. Still Troy Smith's to lose. You know, unless he kind of falls on it. You know, just that last play call again. You really have to look at these offensive coordinator with just a lot of admiration. Right there, Jimbo Fisher kind of smelled the blitz, and he had the perfect call into a corner blitz, a little safe screen pass. I mean, that just doesn't happen by accident. These coaches put a lot of time in. That time the blitz is coming. Tennessee's coming at him. The chief, John Chavis, says, you're not moving it on me. I'm going to blitz you. The perfect play against that defense, and it gets a first down for LSU.
Ali Broussard is going to be the running back now. Broussard missed all of last season, has had some weight problems this year. Les Miles said, we keep hoping he's going to demand that he be the go-to guy. He gets the ball here, and he gets a couple of yards. He does. It was a first down. So he gets down to the 11-yard line.
I thought that play had more.
I did too.
Yeah, it looked like he tripped over his own offensive lineman or defensive lineman who was engaged with his offensive lineman. You expect your back, when there's pretty good blocking up front, if they're even up front, you expect you to pop through there for gain 5 or 6 yards.
See the numbers, 2003 and 4. And he's one of the 5 running backs who've been featured this year. Now it's Vincent, who had that great freshman season. Barely has 100 yards this year. Bo is in motion on second down. Russell flips it out. Third receiver is Hester. Nice job of avoiding the initial contact. And then Hefney and Mayo come over to make the tackle. Talk about the resilient LSU team. They get that wounded duck pass from Russell that was returned by Morley for a touchdown in the first minute. And now they've come back with a touchdown drive, and they're looking good on this one.
Yeah, there's no backing up in the SEC. 100,000 people, and you're playing a great defense in Tennessee. You can't hide out there. You throw a bad pass, offense, good leadership by Les Miles to keep his football team in this game.
And on third down, the running back is Keelan Williams, the freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana. Toss. Williams heading to the corner, has a chance to score, and does.
Third and short. fake it inside and pitch. And I'll tell you, that was a beautiful drive. Used their running backs, they used all of them, they used their receivers, they used the fullback in the flat, played the screen pass. This is a team that just threw an interception for a touchdown. The next 2 drives, they score.
Colt David for the extra point. He's now hit 70 in succession. He's the number 2 all-time on that list for LSU. And let's look at the Keeland Williams touchdown.
This was last week's Pontiac game-changing performance. Oregon State bent but didn't break against mighty USC. Up by as much as 23, State had to stop the Trojans' 2-point conversion to tie with seconds left. The block busted open the BCS and...
Later in the game, the 5-star play of the game presented by Wrangler.
How about this second half so far for LSU? They come into this game with only 3 points total in the second half. In 2 games, they got 2 touchdowns in 3 drives.
Keeland Williams, the freshman, got the touchdown from 7 yards away. And Tennessee trailing now by 4. Ja'Cory Williams, center of the field, does not get back to the 20-yard line. Jacob Catrera, who leads this team in special teams tackle, is part of it. Number 54. And now Jonathan Crompton, who came on in place of the injured Eric Ainge. Ainge, if you weren't with us at the beginning, suffering from a high ankle sprain, gave it a go, but limited, had 3 drops in the first 6 passes. Then he was sacked, and that was the end of the night for Eric Ainge. Crompton has come on in his first significant playing time as a redshirt freshman for the Volunteers. Arian Foster. Alexander with the tackle. Well, let's revisit the day for Eric Ainge back in that first quarter.
I thought he looked okay. You know, maybe 75%, but no one helped him early. And then that LSU defense kind of started locking him in the pocket. The last one, when they grabbed the ankle, you knew it was just about done.
And so he can only sit and watch. 2nd down and 9. 21-17. Crompton goes left, pulls up, drills it. Catch is made by Robert Meacham, number 3.
Threw this one nicely on the run. Every yard takes a good throw against LSU, and this was one. Got him out of the pocket. Good scheme to keep that LSU pass defense, that pass rush off of them. And now we come to that 3rd and short again. And really, the tough part of the Tennessee offense, Philip Fulmer told us the one part he's disappointed in is 3rd and short running. Will they even run the ball here?
No. Caught him. And it's out in the backfield, caught by Brad Cottom. As the brothers Cottom were double tight ends on that one. And the freshman finds the 6'8" junior from Germantown, Tennessee, a gain of 24.
Yeah, it comes right by. Real simple play. There he is right there. He's just going to slide out into the flat. Should be one-on-one coverage. You got a man up on him. Ran right by Ali Highsmith, I think it would. Yes, number 7, Highsmith. Very simple play that everybody runs on 3rd and short. And Crompton, again, puts it right where it has to be. There's a fine line. I'm going to run this play. I want to talk about the fine line in this Tennessee offense, okay?
1st down and 10. Josh McNeil snaps it back. Blitz from the corner. Crompton gets around the blitzing linebacker, Luke Sanders, and lobs it out to his tight end, Chris Brown.
There's a fine line. The difference from being a pass-first team and being a pass-only team. And that's what Tennessee has to be careful of. They've only got 450 yards rushing. Can a freshman quarterback with a pass-only option really move the ball against a good defense?
Well, they are limited in their running attack with the absence of LaMarcus Coker, who is their leading rusher. He went out with a knee sprain. They do expect him back next week for the Arkansas game on the road. 2nd down. LSU loads it up. Arian Foster dances to the left. Nice move by Foster.
See, that's exactly what Tennessee needs to have. David Cutcliffe told us, I'd love to get 100 yards running, But if we don't, we can still win, but we can't give up on the running game. This time, isolation play, and what Foster does better than any Tennessee back, in my opinion, is feel that blocking and then run to daylight. He doesn't have breakaway speed, but he's a very smart runner.
He got by LaRon Landry on that play, and Jesse Daniels, little gimpy, he's down. Jack Marucci, the trainer for LSU, now taking care of him. 21-17, time has been called, and they will step aside. Beginning this evening, the TIAA Kraft College Football Today report. That is time permitting, of course. We near the end of the third quarter of play. Jesse Daniels walked off without assistance, and Craig Stelz has taken his spot. Two good safeties for this LSU team, Landry and Daniels.
And Stelz isn't much farther behind.
Yeah, you're right. First down and 10, a 21-17 game. Jonathan Crompton. Reverse, right side, Meacham. Boy, well defensed by LSU. They were not fooled for a moment.
Yeah. It's so reminiscent of watching the NFL films where when you go to an NFL game, you watch it, oh, look at all that space. Oh, where did all that space go? It's exactly what you're watching these two teams, both Tennessee and LSU. Well, for the most part, this whole conference, space just goes away really quickly.
Second down and 9 officially. Could be the final play of the third quarter. Crompton with a play fake. Looks right, double coverage, throws it in the end zone for Meacham. Lucky that one wasn't picked off. Jonathan Zenon had it short, LaRon Landry had it deep.
Yeah, and Landry's as good as there is at reading the quarterback's eyes and getting in and making the play. Zenon's short and Landry comes over. He had a chance to intercept that ball, but Meacham did a good job. Meacham did a good job of tipping that ball away from Landry. Stayed with it. Receiver didn't give up on it and saved the quarterback on that one. Robert Meacham, good job. Remember, third and long before, this was the touchdown call by Jonathan Crompton.
That was out of a 3rd and 10. It went for 37 yards to Robert Meacham. This one, a 3rd and 9. Zone blitz. Crompton fires it into double coverage again. It's incomplete at the 15-yard line.
Well, that's exactly where the ball should have been thrown. LSU went with a real wide Tampa 2 defense, but there was no linebacker. I don't know if it was a bust or not. Both safeties were extremely wide. Double coverage bracket, and you can feel those safeties. And Swain says, hey, come on, come on. And look who's in the middle of it, the All-American Landry.
Yard effort from James Wilhoit. His 2 misses this year have been from 42 and 46. Casey Woods the hold. The kick is way wide right. So Wilhoit is now 12 of 15 for the season. And LSU holds, and they get it back with a lead of 21-17.
Yeah, this wasn't close. I don't know if it was a poor hold or he hit the turf. Usually when those don't curve in like that, wasn't even close. And he knew it right away, and Phil Fulmer says now we still need a touchdown.
Yep. Well, you put it in the hands of the number 4 scorer all time at Tennessee, and it goes over on downs. Here's Russell. And ball out to the 35-yard line. Let's go back to New York and spend a moment with Tim Brown. All right, Timmy. 21-17 here, 2nd down and 5. And Jamarcus Russell under center. Handed off to the fullback. That's out near the 40-yard line. And so LSU, here's the story. If Tennessee loses tonight to this LSU team, Florida's in to the SEC championship game.
Because they win the tiebreaker, even if Florida loses another football game. Now, Philip Fulmer's looking around and saying, how do we get this football back? LSU started to run the football. You don't want to let your foot up on the gas, though, if you're LSU.
3rd and 1. Broussard is the deep back. Everybody up. Broussard close. And I don't think he got this.
He had to, looks like, get almost to the line. I don't know if he did. Had to get 3 straight runs. Remember this now. 3 straight runs right up the middle of the Tennessee defense. Tennessee's up there with 9 guys, short yardage play, and Broussard does not make the 40-yard line. He is short clearly. That was a little tentative, if you ask me. All 3 of those play calls.
And so Chris Jackson is on to punt. Jonathan Heffney is back. Has not been a factor in this game thus far, but the punt return defense by both of these teams a little shaky throughout the season. And they fake. Here's Jackson going left. Jackson with a first down plus. And he's down at the 44-yard line. Oh, what timing. 18 yards.
We talked about it. Coaching decisions. A coach could steal a win. I think Les Miles had his mind made up that he was going to run this fake no matter what. That's why he ran it on third down. And if he didn't make it, he was going to go for it. This is just a sweep. Everybody goes this way, and here comes the first down play. He knew he had it in the bag. He said, GD, you're up in the box, second guessing me. I knew I had this fake punt in the bag. A coaching decision right there is huge.
First down and 10. 18 yards on the 4th and 1. Draw play. This is Keelan Williams, the freshman. Well, Chris Jackson is quite an athlete. He's the starting third baseman on the LSU baseball team. For Skip Bertman, hit .305 last year with a home run and 17 RBIs. So not, as some quarterbacks I know would say, just a kicker.
Yeah, he's not one of those deer in the headlights athletes. He's been in the big time, used to handling the ball and used to making plays.
Second down and 10.
That's 4 running plays in a row, though.
And your advice?
I think we'll see one of those little screen passes to the outside.
Second and 10. Again, Tennessee loads up. Russell sidearms it. Right side at the 40-yard line. The catch made by Early Doucette. Nice job of running, and he might have got another first down. Might have gotten.
See, Early Doucette was a high school quarterback. He's still learning how to play wide receiver. When he gets, that's the smash route. They call it smash. You come in, come out, and now make people miss. And Early Doucette is real comfortable with the ball after he makes a catch. He had his own nightmare play, didn't he, Vern? Remember the kickoff against Florida when he dropped it for the safety?
Absolutely.
Everybody has those plays.
Well, that was a game of misfires for this LSU team. 5 turnovers in the game, 3 interceptions from Russell, 2 fumbles.
Yeah, I think the LSU mindset coming into this game is, and all due respect to their opponents, is we gave a game away to Auburn, didn't throw it enough. And we gave a game away to Florida, we dropped it too much.
Mm-hmm. First and 10. Let's go back to New York. Once again, here's Tim.
All right, Vern, it did come down to one last play. Illinois was among the BCS elite, Vern.
How about that, Tim? Now, you have Michigan winning by 8. Ohio State winning by 7. Here's Jamarcus Russell, who has had a big game running with the football, and he puts his helmet down and gets another first down. That's an 11-yard gain for the guy who doesn't run it that much.
This was a design play. You fake the wide screen over here. Watch him look. But watch the blockers going the other way. Very creative play. They've been throwing them.
7 yards. Key in this one was that fake punt on 4th and 1.
Bump and run up top. It's man to man.
They plugged the middle defensively, and the handoff goes right side to Keelan Williams. Demetrius Morley. Well, you talk all afternoon about coaching decisions.
Yeah, if you're in a tight football game like this, there's going to be 4 or 5 decisions in the game where you can help determine the outcome. Les Miles had his mind. He had this in his pocket all along, and he pulled it out at exactly the right time.
2nd down and 13 after that last play.
John Chavis, defensive coordinator for Tennessee right now, is starting to move his defensive backs up. Last time it was man-to-man all over the field and a safety blitz. This time, what do? Tennessee backs off a bit.
Here comes the blitz. Russell with a play fake, fires it, tipped, intercepted. Picked off for the 3rd time in this ball game. Antoine Stewart, number 24, his 3rd interception of the season. And so for the 2nd time in a road game this year, Jamarcus Russell has thrown 3 interceptions.
Yeah, Jamarcus threw this ball to the right guy, and I think he threw it accurately. There's Dwayne Bowe right there. He's going to come out and hook. Did it go right off his hands, or was it tipped? Ball's right there. There's the opening. The ball's thrown. The defensive end gets back and tips the ball. A drop defensive end gets back and gets underneath that. I think it was Wes Brown made the tip.
Actually, Antonio Reynolds.
It was Antonio Reynolds.
And he got it. Well, much earlier this afternoon, the touchdown pass to Buster Davis gave LSU a 7-0 lead. And then Jonathan Crompton tied it up. This beautiful pass and catch by Robert Meacham. 7-7. And right before the half, Will Hoyt's 24-yard field goal cuts just inside the left upright. 10-7 Tennessee. On the first play of the 2nd half, a wobbly, quacking duck thrown to Demetrius Morley, and he scores. LSU responded immediately. Dwayne Bowe with the touchdown from Russell. And then the go-ahead score, the toss to the freshman Keelan Williams comes left. Scores from 7 yards out, 21-17. And that's where we reside for the current moment. And Jamarcus Russell just threw his 3rd interception of the ball game.
I'll call him when he makes a bad throw. That was great defense. And give that one to the defensive coordinator. He got him on that one. You just tip your hat and you move on as a quarterback. That was a great defensive scheme.
Off the turnover, it's 1st down. Crompton hands it off to Foster, who's going to be strung out as he goes to his left. Tyson Jackson was one of those who was there defensively. Jonathan Zenon as well. .9:14 to go.
Can Tennessee pull out another 4th quarter win?
Well, Eric Ainge has led them to 3. Ainge on the bench. That dreaded high ankle sprain. Arian Foster split wide to the right, top of the screen. Jonathan Crompton will go from the spread. LSU with 3 down. They bring 3 and drop 8. And a tough, tight pass right side.
Great play by Ollie Highsmith on that one. Man-to-man coverage, cuts underneath the throw. Highsmith played his responsibility. Don't get beat inside and run underneath it on the outside. He grabbed his arm. He grabbed Chris Brown's arm and deflected that ball. That was perfect defense on that play. Now, if you're LSU's defense, you're calling yourself the best defense in the country. You don't get beat when you're up 21-17 with a backup quarterback in the game. You finish the game with your defense and you win it.
And that makes this a significant play. 3rd and 12 with Crompton out of the spread. From the backside, he shakes the tackle, improvises, tips, intercepted. Picked off by Derry Beckwith, the linebacker, who goes left looking for blocking help. Didn't get it, but it's the first turnover. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, Liberty Mutual, Red Lobster, and by Bud Light. 69th straight game of crowds in excess of 100,000. And the overhead shots being provided by Longhorn Steakhouse, the fixed wing under the command of pilot Richard Clayton Slay. Longhorn Steakhouse, more than happy to provide aerial shots of this game between the Tigers and the Volunteers. Jamarcus Russell, chased by Ryan Carl, flips it out to his tight end Richard Dixon. Oh my goodness, that's gang pursuit, isn't it?
Boy, this is physical, tough football. This game means a lot to a lot of players out on that field, and you can just see it. It's popping off the TV here. came out, they've been running the ball, now they got a little play action. Stewart, bang. Morley, bang. Hefney, bang. That guy's still going. Boy, is this fun to watch.
2nd and 7. 8:10 to go. LSU has won in this stadium exactly once. 11-1-1. That victory in 1988. Inside to Bowe. Fumble. Recovered by Tennessee. It's Ryan Carl.
And it was Jonathan Wade who made the play. The wide receiver screen to Bowe. Bowe has been out there all day watching this wide receiver screen, and then the super fast Jonathan Wade comes from behind and makes it. I've seen this play. I'm going to make a play. Watch him come from behind and strip Bowe, and Carl is the guy on the spot.
Jonathan Wade is a native of Shreveport, Louisiana. He played high school ball there with Evangel. When Tennessee won last year, he earned the ire of the Tigers by planting a Tennessee flag in the eye of the Tiger at midfield. Crompton deep, got a man. It's caught. Robert Meacham for the touchdown.
Remember when Meacham said the first touchdowns for the kid? There's his second one.
Robert Meacham from Tulsa, Oklahoma makes hay after the defensive play from Jonathan Wade of Shreveport, Louisiana. Will Hoyt's extra point is good.
Just a two-man route. There he is right there. Only two people go out. This is a bomb the whole way. LaRon Landry right there. The All-American has got it, but the other All-American gets it.
Second time these two have hooked up. The redshirt freshman and the junior from Tulsa. And Crompton celebrates as the Volunteers regain the lead. Now there has been some enthusiasm on display here at Neyland Stadium. Robert Meacham's second touchdown catch. This one beautifully taken between two defenders. In for the score. And Tennessee reclaims the lead.
Vern, it started the first week of October. Remember, second half comeback against Georgia. Fourth quarter comeback against Alabama. Fourth quarter comeback against South Carolina. And now November comes. Will it be another fourth quarter comeback?
7:29 to go. Looking ahead, both teams have their full complement of 3 timeouts. Will Hoyt has been very effective at kicking off today, and he is again. More than 50% of his kicks this season have resulted in touchbacks. Another look, Gary, at the touchdown.
The design of David Cutcliffe. First of all, he goes 8-man protection back here. Only 2 people out. He's going for the home run on this one. Taking all the thinking away from the quarterback. Jonathan, just throw it long. Robert Meacham, go get it. LaRon Landry, the All-American, misses it. And look at him stick the ball out there. David Cutcliffe dials up a winner.
1st and 10 at the 20. Russell, Williams, Tennessee tackle. Antonio Reynolds, number 89.
By the way, the same Antonio Reynolds who tipped that pass for the interception. That time he was dropping. This time he ain't dropping. He's coming upfield. He plays off the block from Hester and makes a wonderful play.
2nd and 11.
You're getting the full effect of 100,000 people into this football game right now if you're LSU.
Blitz from the corner. Russell, nice slant pattern inside. Doucette leveled, turned to Cartwile when he was hit by Hefney.
Yeah,
but it's a gain of 12.
And that is the same play that Jamarcus Russell, the ball slipped out of his hand for an interception for a touchdown. It gets called. You're on the same backed up. You know that goes through your mind. You say as a quarterback, this is the play. I goofed up. This time he didn't goof it up. Jamarcus Russell still with a chance for his signature win, I believe, at LSU if he could pull this off.
Under 6 to go. 1st and 10. Russell's figures now 20 of 30 for 219. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Deep left side, defender slipped, and help gets over right on time. The corner slipped, and Hefney got there to make sure the catch was not secure.
Yeah, that's a mental mistake by Jamarcus Russell. It looked nice, it looked pretty, but you got a free safety in the middle of the field. You know he's going to go there. Watch how open this receiver early Doucette is. Throw it on the line. You got a gun. You gun it in there. Too much space, too much air, and allowed the safety to get over there. Mental mistake from your quarterback. That ball should have been rifled in.
2nd and 10.
Oh, that's a costly timeout for LSU.
Substitution problem.
Yes, costly timeout.
Smokey the Ninth is the calmest entity.
Yeah.
I started to say person. Nah, it doesn't work.
That's because he got away with biting somebody a few weeks ago.
Wrap up all of today's action tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern with SEC Football Nation on CSTV, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. 2nd down, 10. Tennessee brings 4. Jamarcus Russell runs again and looks for the first down, fights, and might have gotten it. The spot is going to be very close to the first down yardage. There's a little...
Yeah, ball came out.
And Philip Fulmer is pleading the case.
Right. They're going to say the whistle blew. Once they say the whistle blew, it's over.
Antonio Reynolds limping a little bit.
The runner was ruled down on the play. We'll now have a measurement.
A lot of effort here from Jamarcus Russell. Tennessee can smell it. 1 or 2 more stops, and they've got a football game. Russell takes it up. He's been the leading rusher for this team. Fights through. The ball comes out. Ball came out, but he was ruled down. It's over. Ruled down, it's over. There's no continuation.
And a first down. Look at it again. We can't hear the whistle, but that's obviously what happened.
Spun, got a hit. McBride rips the ball and ends up with the ball. He ripped that ball out, didn't he? A lot of football left to play.
And a first down, 10. 24-21, 5:16 to go. Reverse. Trindon Holiday, the 5'5" speedster. Oh my! That one bobbled by Doucette. Let's revisit Gary's guide.
Well, let's see how close I came. I said LSU needed to find a runner. The only one that's really come through for him is Jamarcus Russell. He also said you can't lose it. 4 turnovers have kept Tennessee in this football game. Could Tennessee help the young quarterback? Meacham did it. 2 great catches, and obviously this has been a physical football game. There's been no backup in this game. Tennessee brought it, LSU brought it. If you want to play in the big leagues, you better be able to play physical football, and both teams have.
Keelan Williams, the freshman, is the deep back behind Jacob Hester, who's now lined up at fullback. Second down from the 40. Williams, it'll be third down. And the ball spotted at the 37-yard line. 3:40 to go. Coming up tonight on CBS, we'll begin with CSIS. 3:20 to go. 3rd and 3. A 3-point game.
And with the clock the way it is and the timeout situation, you wonder if Les Miles is going to make this 4-down territory already.
Tennessee, 4 men down, they'll blitz. They bring 5. Here's the reverse again. Coming right. This time they didn't go for it. 4th down.
How about that? Double reverse on 3rd and 4. Woo! You got to reach into the playbook. Going to hand it off here, then going to hand it off up here. Double reverse on 3rd and 4. Tennessee was too tired to chase the first guy. Came right back to him.
And a volunteer player is on the ground.
Look at Hefney.
Gerard Mayo. Now the trainer Jason McVate is out tending to Gerard Mayo. Mayo, the sophomore from Hampton, Virginia.
Yeah, this Mayo injury has actually been a break for LSU. They might have had to call a timeout to decide what to do. Now, in this minute or 2 minutes here while Mayo's on the ground, LSU can map out a strategy, look at their timeout situation. You saw the hit right there. Mayo took a big one.
From Wes Brown,
from
number
his
94.
own guy.
Yes, he did.
That happens a lot. Friendly fire.
And that will set up 4th down and 3. Well, we kicked off at shortly after 3:30, about 3:37 this afternoon, and we have been on a teeter-totter since then. Tennessee fell behind 7-0. Back and forth we've gone, and Tennessee most recently reclaimed the lead with a beautiful throw from the redshirt freshman Jonathan Crompton to Robert Meacham. Second time they have connected today. And now the injured players, Gerard Mayo, still down.
I got to admit, this is not a no-brainer decision. This is one you get paid a lot of money to make if you're Les Miles. You got a Tennessee team that doesn't run the ball very well with a young quarterback, but you wasted that timeout. Remember that timeout that I said was really going to come back? Now I think with 4th and 2, you're almost forced into going for it. Let's see what Les Miles does.
Jacob Hester is in. Well, Colt David is the field goal kicker. His longest is 45, so I don't think it's an option either.
No, punt or go for it.
Out of the shotgun. Delay.
Oh, no.
Whoa, we got movement.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's the same shift.
False start. 79 on the
That
offense.
is a
That's 35 yards.
huge mistake.
Down remain 4th.
The same shift that started the game when Tennessee shifts into their bear look. Herman Johnson, number 79, right there. He's the guy that did it. Watch the shift. There's the shift. There's the flinch. Started out in the first quarter. It's still here in the 4th quarter.
That's the first penalty this half, but it's the 9th in the game.
Now you got to recalculate, don't you? Clock is running. No choice. He's going for it.
Doucette, wide left. Bow, wide right. How about that? Timeout. That's their second. They have 1 remaining.
Well, they're rolling the dice here on 4th down. I don't think that's such a bad timeout right there. You might as well have the play you want on.
So the clock stops with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. LSU uses its second. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. It's 24-21 Tennessee. LSU will go for it on 4th down. They are 2 of 2 today. That includes that 18-yard run out of a punt formation.
Well, I think clearly LSU's favorite play is that wide receiver screen. That won't be here now, I don't think. Remember, that's the play that Bo fumbled on. I think you're going to have to throw the ball downfield, and you better protect, because LSU Tennessee the last couple times have been bringing it.
LSU has to get inside the 35. Russell, a lot of time. Across the middle. Caught by Doucette. I believe he's got the first.
And made the play. Wonderful protection on 4th down.
From the 34 with 1:53 to go. Quick flip right side. Doucette. Dwayne Bowe with a great block. And Doucette to the 23-yard line. That's a gain of 11.
Yeah, now remember, when you're in college football, you can block downfield if the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Watch Bo right here. He's going to start blocking before that ball is caught, but it's caught behind the line of scrimmage. He's allowed to do that. Great play. It's like a sweep to Doucette.
Clock stops in college ball on the reset of the chains. Now it's running again with 93 seconds to go. Hester is the running back. Tennessee, 4-man rush. Hester drives to the 15-yard line. Morley with the tackle.
Plenty of time.
I'm just thinking, if you're Tennessee and you got 3 timeouts, do you want to try and conserve some time here? Bad idea.
Well, no, I don't think it's nothing's a bad idea anymore in college football. You know, it's a thought. Right now, I would think that it'd be better off with a touchdown to keep LSU having to go too fast.
Keelan Williams, a freshman, back in the eye. That's Bo in motion. 2nd and short. They'll hand it to Keelan Williams. He's inside the 10 and down at the 6.
How about that? I said that Keelan Williams would be their horse. He has been the horse at money time, the freshman. And that offensive line that wasn't prepared to run the ball early in the year has now shown it, pass blocking on 4th down and rooting out a 1st down here down inside the 20-yard line.
After the chains are reset, the clock restarted. 34 seconds to go. 1st and goal. These two teams went to overtime in Baton Rouge a year ago. Tennessee won that. Here's Russell. Nobody open. He's under pressure and he throws it away. And so the clock stops with 20 seconds to go. It's not just Tennessee and LSU. If Tennessee loses, Florida's in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
If Tennessee wins, how about Arkansas playing South Carolina tonight?
Yes.
And here we are with 20 seconds left.
How about 2nd and 8 with 20 seconds to go?
LSU can stop it once more. Bo and Doucette go wide to the left. Craig Davis in motion. They fake the reverse. Russell pulls up. He'll run and dive, and he's out of bounds.
Yeah, he stepped out at the 4. Absolutely. That's where it didn't help being 6'6". That big foot stuck out there, and he got the line out of bounds. That was an interesting play. Craig Davis goes in late motion. They fake a sweep. He actually blocks the defensive end. Now let's see if Jamarcus Russell steps out right there. Yep, toe on the line at about the 4.5-yard line.
Yep. 3rd and goal. 3-point game. Bo and Doucette left. Davis right. Tennessee appears they'll bring 4. They do. Russell back into the end zone. It's caught. Early Doucette touchdown.
Said it. Could it be Jamarcus Russell's signature win? He drove him down, throwing 3 interceptions in this football game. He still led his team down the field. Vern, think he might have been throwing the ball to a different player at the back of the end zone line. And Doucette actually intercepted it. He'll never admit it. If I was him, I'd never admit it.
Trouble in the hole, but a nice job of getting the ball down by Matt Flynn. That's why you sometimes have a quarterback there, Colt David, with the extra point, and it is a 4-point game.
What a fantastic. There's Doucette right there in the slot. He goes in and hooks. See if he isn't throwing to Bo at the back of the end line. Bo's wide open. I think he was.
I agree.
I think he was throwing to Bo, and Jamarcus says, you know, maybe I deserve one. What a football game.
9 seconds remaining.
Into all that orange with 100,000 fans on the road after you've had 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions. What a drive.
Eric Ainge can do naught but watch. Now time for the 5-star play of the game presented by Wrangler. Guess which one we'll pick.
Yeah.
Here's Jamarcus Russell. I think you're right, Gary. I think he had Dwayne Bowe in the back of the end zone. And Doucette reached in and grabbed it.
Well, don't admit it. I'm going to give you great advice, Jamarcus. Do not admit it. Just say, absolutely, I threw it a little wide. It was a touchdown. Remember, this had a 4th and 8 to it this drive. An 80-yard drive with the game on the line.
Three wide receivers, each of whom has caught passes in excess of 1,000 yards in their careers. Early Doucette, Craig Davis, Dwayne Bowe. They all played a part today, as did, obviously, Jamarcus Russell.
Absolutely. Remember, the clock starts with the kick.
And there.
Oh, smart play. Go down with it right away.
Yep. Backup fullback David Holbert. Well, Les Miles told Tracy Wolfson at halftime, we're going to come out here and we're going to play our Aflacs out.
You bet.
And they have. Tennessee uses a timeout.
Well, there's no more pride. Nothing feels better than coming from behind and winning on the road. There's nothing better than that in sports.
You know, and it strikes me that when they lost that 21-point lead last year at home to this Tennessee team, not to say that the LSU partisans are rabid in their devotion, but Les Miles was hammered after they lost that game.
That's big-time football nowadays. You know, you give up 21 points. That's just the way it is. And I think even Les understands that. But you know what? He's got his signature win now also.
This is their 13th trip to Neyland Stadium. They won here in 1988. And of course, down in Gainesville, the Gators can make plans for Atlanta if this score holds, unless the Hail Mary works.
Well, Nick Saban right now is remembering one play when he is remember the one play, so he's saying, guys, it ain't over.
Miracle in Lexington.
Yep. So he's saying, let's just finish off this game. Remember what happened to us against Kentucky a few years ago. That's the deep safety look right there on the 10-yard line.
Final play of the game. Crompton back across the middle, incomplete. Well, not quite the final play of the game. Took a little longer than I thought it would. And the Ruby Tuesday player of the game, Jamarcus Russell, 24 of 36, total of 247 yards, 3 touchdowns to counteract the 3 interceptions. And most significantly, Gary, he rushed for 71 yards.
And he's not a rushing quarterback. But I'll tell you what, all you kids out there that are in sports, anybody can lead when it's going good. Leaders, when it's going bad, pop up. Jamarcus Russell led his team to victory.
Here's the final play. Think about this as Crompton goes back. He'll run it, pull up, being chased, and drops it. That will be recovered by Tennessee. On the first offensive play of this half, Jamarcus Russell threw a duck. And it was intercepted by Demetrius Morley, returned for a touchdown, came back and led them to a victory. Handshake at midfield. The signature win now for Les Miles. LSU still needs help, but they're in the chase. Miami, CSI, and 48 Hours Mystery coming up tonight on CBS. For Tracy Wolfson and Gary Danielson, I'm Vern Lundquist. We'll see you next week.